Yo, it's VeVe time. Let's mint that vibe. Since 2018, we've been on this ride. David Hugh, Dan Crow, Ben Rose in the mix. Building the future with collector tricks. It started with a drop, Todd McFarlane's night. Batman shining like a beacon of light. Partner statue, Walter Mickey on stage. Golden moments locked in a digital page. Rest in peace, Kozak, your art lives on. Ron English still painting where the legends belong. Through the highs and lows, we weather the test. VVFA, we're here to invest. VeVe fam, we climb, we shine, no fear. The future's bright, it's crystal clear. From comics to legends, the world's combined. VeVe's the platform ahead of its time. Amazing fantasy, Spidey's web takes flight. Marvel heroes dropping day and night. Iron Man, Thor, and the Hulk's raw might. Every collectible a fan's delight. AR magic, we're ahead of the game. Global collectors all repping the name. From the vision to the mission, we're breaking ground. VeVe's where the treasure of the future's found. Now imagine a world where the rare comes alive. With VeVe in your hand, it's a digital vibe. David, Dan, Ben, yeah, they're running the show. Innovate the space, keep watching it grow. VeVe fam, we climb, we shine, no fear. The future's bright, it's crystal clear. From comics to legends, the world's combined. VeVe's the platform ahead of its time. From 18 to now, it's a legendary plan. VeVe's the spark that ignites the brand. The past, the present, with futures in sight. VeVe forever, keep the dream alive.
Good morning. It's good to see everyone. I hope you had a great weekend. I got stuck in a snowstorm here, but we're doing okay. Kid got some school canceled, so he's happy, but I hope everyone's staying safe. We've got Return of the Wolverine today, and we'll be discussing the tablet. Hopefully my mirroring software will work. We'll try it out here, but let's get started. Let's see who's in chat first, and then we'll get going. We've got Free here. Good to see you, man. Hope you are doing well. He was not doing well the other day. Had a very high fever, and he had to go to the emergency room, but he is with us today. Good to see you, man. I hope you are doing better. Christopher, good to see you. Good morning. The snowstorm is brutal, but yeah, it is what it is, right? That's what we get here. We know how to deal with it. Graz, good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Thank you for being here. And there's Free doing okay. He is back, baby. I'll definitely be going for the Scotty Young. All right, so you can see that I'm holding the Scotty Young here. Let me pull it up on the screen. There is the Scotty Young there. Here are the other covers. It is 2018. I do have the Minty Fresh numbers. 3,000 of these. So I don't know how well this is going to do today, but we'll find out. So I don't know. There you go. I mean, if you get the secret rare, it doesn't look much different, honestly. That's a different type of secret rare, but there you go. Anyway, so this is the comic today, but I do think the Scotty Young is going to be big. The ultra rare, that's going to be the chase today. I think people are going to want that, and it should do pretty well. So good to see everyone. Jamar, good morning. Good to see you. Thank you for dropping by. Appreciate it. Oh, by the way, it's a little early here. You'll see that I put up the link to my other channel. If you can, if you have the ability and can open up another window and just let it sit in the background and watch a show while you watch it, even if it's only for a few minutes. Really appreciate it. We'll help out the channel. Hit that like button if you don't mind. And also, let's see who is going for the drop today. Not looking good so far. Only 16 votes in, 12% going for it, 88% are not. So yeah, I don't know. But that's why I wanted to talk about the app today. But before we get into that, I hope BigA will be showing up. He's been pretty busy lately. And same with the biggest bro. So we'll see if they show up. But let's go ahead and pull up those Minty Fresh numbers if I can find. Everything changed on StreamYard, so I got to figure out where everything is. But I'll go pull those up. We'll take a look, and then we'll go from there. So remember, be careful when you're getting these. I wouldn't pay more than floor on most of them. Some of them you can, but be careful if you're new to sniping and flipping in the market. Just be very careful what you pay for these. The market has had a slowdown. It's kind of one of these things that goes up and down, and we're in the down motion here. 162 is going to be the first mint. 3,000 will be the last. I think the 616 will be good. 2018 will be the chaser. All those in between. I did put the movies in. Again, be very careful, you know, getting any of these. If you can get them at floor price, Worst case, if you can't sell it, you got something that will sell later. Somebody might be going through later and buy it. Just throw it up, make a few gems. They're your Minty Fresh numbers. I will pull them up when it's time to snipe the market. What's going on, Double Cool? Trying to stay away from drops for a bit. It would have to be Stella, otherwise taking a gem break. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely very expensive to keep going for, there's so many things that you do want to go for that these comics that, are newer ones that, like, for me, aren't that big of a deal. It makes it harder. We do have this on Saturday. I do not know much about this project. It seems interesting. They're $14.99. 1150 of each one with a chaser, I think is what it is. Yeah, 1150. So I don't know much about this. I mean, they've got the VeVe logo. I think, there could be some people that want this, especially those chasers. But just seeing what's going on in the market, I don't know how well these will do. I hope they do well. And then there's going to be a craft also. I'll have to see if I'm going to cover this. There's a lot going on here. So if anyone knows anything about the artist, let me know. But it's pretty cool. I mean, I think these could do okay, but the mint size might be too high. But the price is not bad at all, which I think is important for a lot of people. On the app, Delco, dude, good to see you. Let me see. So I have it up here. I'm hoping. Hold on a second. I'm going to close down. I just want to have just my VeVe app up, so it's not confusing. All right, I'm going to see if I can actually share this. So I'm going to have to stop sharing the screen for a second. And let me see if I can get this up. Because one of the things I think is important is that we show VeVe some of the issues we have. And not just, oh, look at that. Awesome. And not just, say, hey, this is the problem we have. So here's my tablet. It's a mess, by the way. But anyways, up here, you click, you got your notifications. So I'm going to just back out. There's my wallet. Go back in. I'm at my notifications. I got all these weird things that I can't see. So if I click on it, it just takes me to the top of the feed. I go back here, go back here. Oh, Clever Jerk made a comment. I might want to know that. He's a big collector. Click it. Oh, look, takes me to the top. That's not good. And I think it was okay to say a couple months ago, they're working on the app. These are features we had before. Now there's stuff that I want for sniping the market, things that I would prefer to see. I'm not like, that's not what I want to go in today. I want to go into critical stuff, people coming in to the app and they're going to be like, wait, this makes no sense. If I can't communicate with people, if I can't see what's going on, I don't know. It just takes me there. So, and here's the other problem. I can't just, if you say, well, all right, just scroll through. The problem is that, first of all, that message could have been made days ago. Second of all, the message could be a comment on somebody else's account. So if it's, within somebody else's account, I'd have to literally click through every message on here to find that person. It's impossible. It's just not going to happen. So to me, VeVe, that is absolutely critical. I don't make apps. I've talked to a few people. This doesn't make no sense that this isn't fixed already. And again, I don't want to FUD, but there's certain things that are wants, and then there are certain things that are just critical. Honestly, it's ridiculous. And Ben, I hope you're watching. I don't believe for a second that you don't think it's ridiculous that this is not working. I just don't know why it's not. I don't know why this hasn't been fixed yet, because you guys have been doing such a great job. But again, I should be able to, you can see I'm scrolling here, right? I should be able to see what Clever Jerk said to me. Maybe he said my streaming sucks, so I want to be able to read it. But again, it just takes me to the top. So that's one of the issues that I have in the notifications. I have no clue what's going on there. So let me know your thoughts. What's up, Ronnie? Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing okay. Good to have you here. When you go into your collection, now it doesn't show you the market on a lot of things, and also has or hasn't worked in quite a while. Yeah, there's some issues with, like, when I used to go. So here's another thing I don't like. Let's see. I'll be in the market, so you can see I'm on the same thing. I go into whatever. All right. I don't think this is critical. This is more a sniping thing. I used to be able to click on, click on one of these guys, whatever, and see more information. But I could also see if I have one, and then I could go into mine and then list it or get information. Even if I go to view details, right? And I go through, it doesn't tell me if I own one. Like we used to have that. I think that's critical, but I don't think that's going to be that critical. But here's another thing. If I click up here on my name to go, let's say, go look at my wallet, look what happens. Oh, that one works. Hold on. Sorry. If you go just to, not on the details, it does work on the details. If you go into the market and you go into an item, let's say the Lambo. All right. And I go, I click my profile picture. Let's see if it works here. See, it just goes back one instead of going right to my wallet. That to me is a little wonky. But there's lots of things like that. So if there's something you want me to pull up, let me know, because I'll try to recreate it on screen so VeVe can see it. I know exactly what you're saying. I get comments on posts I'll make on the feed, but then I have no idea what picture it's about. Have to scroll back hours to find it. Yeah, and it's really hard. This is the other thing. Now, VeVe, this to me is critical. If I list something, so I listed earlier, let's see if I can find it. I listed the tower, but either way, I used to be able to go in, all right, and click on mine and then post that listing onto the feed with the picture. Now, what sucks is that the people that have reverted back to the old app, they can do that. Well, I have to just be like, hey guys, I'm selling this and this, and good luck finding it. Where I used to be able to put in the feed and they can click on it. To me, that's critical. That's a critical thing. I cannot share my listing, my sale to the feed. I would like to see that. There's not even a possibility to do it. What's up, Mr. V? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well and collecting lots of fun stuff. If you have an issue in the app, let me know. It's 9:41. We'll see. BigA might not even remember we have a drop today. I think missteps like this are helping to drive the market down right now. And that's why I finally said we have to get this fixed. This idea of we've got to focus on bringing people in. We do, but we got to bring them to something good. We got to bring them to at least the most basic of stuff has to work in the app. Not everything. You don't have to do the stuff that the snipers want, but there's certain things that just make sense, right? That's what I'm looking for. I never pay attention to notification or feed. It's never been any good for anything, but telling me when I sold something to be perfect on. And that's fair. You know what? That may be why they're not working on it. It's very possible that it just doesn't matter to most people. But if they're sending me notifications and like, the most basic thing I want is if I see something on my tablet and I can click it, I just want to see what it does. That's it. But I don't even know what added a new post to who added a new post. I don't know who that is. And when I click on it, I have no clue. So again, just basic stuff. I just want to know when I click something that it does what it's supposed to do. That's all I'm asking. But fair enough there, Double Quill. Also, now the comics just show the total of the men and not for individual comics. That bugs me. Oh, yes, I would agree on that. I think he's talking about like if we go into a comic, let's go into a comic, and it used to be you could go into the comic. I don't do as much comic trading. So let's see if this is what you're saying. Are you saying when I go into details? Oh, now it takes me to a whole other page. That's crazy. See, I didn't even know that. That's not even what I wanted. But that's weird. Why does I don't get. Why is it taking me to a different details page? I want to know how many are left of a comic. All that information should be right there for us. I understand that's a sniper theme, but I think we should have all that information. Comics should only drop on VeVe Comics. It's a dud. Fair enough. My sets doesn't work right. So when you go into sets, see, I mean, these are things like not everyone does the same stuff. Right? So I don't even know. I go to my collection. All right. I don't know what's wrong with your sets. Double Quill, let me know and I'll come back to it. I'll leave this up. Expecting VeVe to give us an app update within the next week. I'm sure they're seeing all bugs, especially with us voicing our concern. Absolutely. And the only reason I wanted to do this was because, and I'm not doing a good job, but like them being able to see it, the issue. Like, again, why, if I go to notification, would it not send me to the right place? All right, cool, man. Big A, see you in a second here. If I can't tell the pieces I need, I'm not going to go in the market to buy it. So you're saying, so if I go here, it says I've got 2 of the 5 Deadpool. All right. So now I want to go in. And it doesn't mark them. So it used to, I've got the SR, and I don't know which other one I have. You're right. So, VeVe, that's a really big deal just for you in the sense of making some commission. If I go in there and I don't know which ones I need to complete the set without having to go through, it's extra steps for me. Again, I can't even get people to hit the like button. So people will just give up. That, I think that's a good observation there. So the not good that the sets don't let you know which ones you still need. It should be marked like it used to. It used to have a little gold like metal on there. Not having my sets costing the money. Absolutely, completely agree. I spent so much time in the app. If we had messaging group chat, completely agree. That's what it does now. I tried and true method of communication, post socials and profile. Exactly. I think you're right. With supposedly so many people working for VeVe, why are there so many problems with the app? I don't know. I don't know. And I held off. I don't want to get too mad, but I got to be honest. It's starting to not make sense to me why these aren't getting fixed. And I do look, I love VeVe, but I don't know if we're owed an explanation. I don't know. I don't run a big $1 million company. I don't know if we're owed an explanation, but I think we're owed for it to get fixed. Just simple stuff. Again, all I want, the biggest thing, I click notification. I should be able to go to this guy who made a comment on something I made, and it goes. It used to do that. So it's been programmed before. Something happened and didn't get translated. I think the sets is a big issue. I think it's wonky how when I click in, when I'm in the market and I click into things, sometimes it backs out to a different page. Whenever I hit the back arrow, this is another thing. Whenever I hit the back arrow, it should always go to the previous page. So here, if I go to details, right? If I hit the back arrow, let's see if that works. Yeah, look, it doesn't work. Why? That doesn't make any. I just want things to do what they say. Back arrow means back to where I was. Now, if I hit market, it'll go back to where I was. I noticed that does work. But now I'm rethinking how I go through the app. I don't like to think. So click on set. It doesn't tell you what you have and you're missing. It says sold out. Yes, absolutely saw that. Not good. I'm not a fudder by any means, but I would love to have AR functionality back. Love it when I'm backpacking. So I haven't used the AR functioning. Is it not? It's not working now. I actually used it a couple weeks ago and I thought it was working okay. Seems like VeVe might be suppressing communication on app. Well, look, if there's an issue, that's fine. Again, they don't really owe us an explanation. I just want it to work. Blind box odds not given on rarities on drop screen. Yeah, like we're definitely missing. There's certain things that we're missing that I think would be cool to have. I'd like to focus more on like just absolutely just makes sense. This has to be done. Notifications. I click on a notification. It takes me to notification. I don't get the 404 error. I get right to where I want to be. That's what I want. Blind box. There's hey Jason, good to see you. A good app upgrade design should be based on parity with pre-existing functionality, then enhancements. Yeah, I mean, at least I guess what doesn't make any sense is we had these before. Why were they taken out? There's no reason that it should slow things down, in my opinion. And I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong. When we choose lowest price or latest in the market, it should stay on what we choose. So I completely agree on that, especially with comics or not. Big A, give me just a second here. So yes, I completely agree. So what happened? So here I am, just so you can see we're on the same page. So if I go to sort and I go to lowest price, great, we've got that. Now this is great, but some people sniping the market or new on the market, they want to refresh. If you refresh it, it goes back to newest listing. So again, it's real simple. if I see it and can click it, I just want the button to do what it says. Now, in this situation, it's got to hold a cookie or something like that to be able to remember that we were on lowest price. I'd like to see that. Let me bring in BigA and hear what he has to say. What's going on, man? Are you alive?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I sent you a message. I was going to be like 10, 15 minutes late, but I guess it never registered the click because my fingers are frozen.
Oh, yeah, because you've been walking. All right, so you've been listening. I don't know if you've been listening. Again, by the way, everyone, we do have the comic Return of Wolverine. It doesn't look like many people are going for it, just looking on the voting. So yes, like 33 people voted, 12% going for this. So I'm going to focus a little bit more on the app because I think this is most important. Also, if you want to do me a favor, you don't want to donate a coffee, you don't want to hit like or anything. While you're watching this, go to my other channel, Informant 2, just have it run in the background, really would help. Okay, go ahead. So what would you, is there anything that you're saying while I have my screen up or any comments you want to make on what we've already gone over?
No, I mean, I don't go that far into the market, honestly. Like half the stuff you're talking about, I've like probably never done.
Fair enough. And you know what? That may be the issue, is that a lot of people aren't doing it. But logically, just logically, if you were to use notifications, you would expect when you hit a person, again, I'll use Clever Jerk. He made a comment. I don't even know what he said. It could have been really bad, and I want to go like beat him up, or he wants to beat me up, and I go click it. First of all, that's from a day or more ago, so I don't go to it. It would be logical to think that should work, right?
Yeah, of course.
That's logic, right? So that's all I'm saying. There's certain things that I would like that just don't probably matter to most people. Same for searching. If you search for anything with the magnifying glass on top and click an item, click back, and what you search is all gone. Yes. Okay. So what he's talking about, I think if I'm right, let's just go tower. We'll just.
Oh yeah. I have had that issue.
So if I do this, and wait, okay. So I forgot. Oh, so on
and
this
then you
one,
click in on one, and then if you go back, it doesn't bring you back to the results.
Yes. Okay. So back to the same thing where I was saying I want the buttons to do what they do. So as you can see here, same screen, right? I'm going to hit the back. It takes me to the feed. Everything takes me back to the feed. If you want to do me a favor, VeVe, just have them take it back to my YouTube channel. It says arbitrary is taking me back to the feed. Okay, so good one, King Marvel. Appreciate that. And I don't consider any of this FUD. This is all important stuff. Searching comics in collection is next to impossible, not intuitive. The A to Z thing doesn't work when you have 500 comics. So going down to the comics, I agree. I had some issues here. I'm going to take this off so you can see. Well, it loads. All right, so your options are not very good. Oldest, A to Z, Z to A. You got your filters, which I guess you can do individually, but I can't search. Like I can search up here. I don't know. I agree that the comics are not that intuitive. I think I still don't get why we don't have the low to high. Why is that not? Now this is not going to be a good example because hold on, it's just taking a little bit. But if I sort
low to high.
Oh no, it does go. Is it do latest listing?
Right.
This is not going to. Yeah. All right, so that's correct. That one works right there. For a while, we weren't even getting that in the comics, but I think they fixed it. But anyways, if you see anything else, want me to look it up, everyone let me know. What's up, Bruin? Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. This is for you. He's the only one on the channel that has his own little GIF and sound. Lucky you. Big A, can you show me your title again? Oh, yeah. By the way, so I don't forget, I can't pull it up. Let me do this real quick, and then we can come back to the app, but I do want to pull up a few things. A lot of times buy things based on rarity, and if I can't see how many of each comic or collectible, if there's more than one, how many of them there are individually, it really bugs me. Yeah, so I completely agree on that one. So let me do this. I'm going to take off the screen, and we're going to go back to my normal screen here because let's first of all show the comic. All right, so this is the comic today. We do have a comic today. 14% going for it right now. Scotty Young is going to be the ultra rare. I think people are going to want that. But there's 3,000 of these. It's a new comic, and I got to be honest, it's getting exhausting. We just like, I do feel like this should be, I understand why it's not done on the VeVe viewer app, the comic app. But I don't know. I can just sentiment wise, just seeing, people showing up to drops and all that, it's becoming a lot. So we got to do something to make it exciting. I've sent them an idea to make something exciting for Tuesdays on Comics. We'll see if they accept it. But anyways, here's even more exciting. Look at this. Big A. 5 blocks. This puppy is going to evolve into mortal.
You haven't done any of the poop? Oh, because he was on coke.
Yeah, he's on coke. Why would I care? Hold on. Why is that? There we go. See, he's got coke and steroids. So, let's see. That's 50 minutes. I better put a timer on for just because we could have some really fast blocks here. So I
tried to stay up. My second one leveled up in it was probably like 334. So I tried to stay up to give him 5, so you could evolve with 5 stars or 5 hearts.
Right.
And I fell asleep. That's why I'm running late today. I'm on little sleep.
I was just say you look freaking exhausted.
Yeah.
Well, I will have this going on in the background. By the way, it's 4 minutes until the drop. But
it's also so cold that my face is still like half frozen because we still walk like 4 miles in the morning.
Oh, trust me. I took my son sledding, and I found a hidden field that I didn't even know existed, like a massive hill. We tried to go down this crappy hill, and there's this hill through a forest or whatever, and it was massive. And so we're probably going to go back today. But holy cow, just walking through, and we're walking through snow, so it's a little bit harder, but it was freaking cold. So absolutely. Let's see, in my opinion, I think BE wins for the better cap today. I don't normally win for better cap. This is literally my only cap.
What do I have? Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think I'd rather have
this was actually free. they gave my mom bought her car.
Look, when you spend 6 figures on a car, they could give you a hat. Why would I go for a new comic when I know I can get it on Comic Fraction 30 minutes? It is something double cool they are going to have to look at for sure. Morning, what's up, Dad Alv? Good to see you. Notice some collectibles changed on the new app. For example, the Black Panther FA no longer has the silver vibranium trim in the 3. Really? I'll have to know. Brewing that cap has meaning. Why don't you tell them the meaning?
What does it even say? I can't see the patch.
You see 36 HLM. There you go, babe. Go tell them what it's all about. Fromy, what's going on? Good morning. Good to see you. It's actually perfect timing because Fromy is the only one who likes my horrible bit. As you know, today we've got Return of Wolverine. As a person who works with another company, Marvel, making comics, it's really hard when we've had 5,000 releases of Wolverine over the last month. So to just keep coming up with ideas is really hard. So today will be horrible, like always. So why don't we go take a look at BE's horrible comics and collectibles, if I can get my shit together and find it. Okay, here we go. Ready? All right, so today, Return of Wolverine. Marvel has made Return of the Wolverine. You've got 30 days. The good news is only 1 gem today, and we've got an inside panel. I bet you cannot believe what this amazing comic is about. Let's take a look inside and see what the panel is. That's right, everyone. I want to return this Wolverine. I thought it was Deadpool. That's right, everyone. We've got the Return of Wolverine. You've got 30 days. What do you think? Would you buy this comic?
Oh, definitely. I would stack it.
I think, and
then I would return it in 30 days.
Yeah, then you return. I think this actually would do better than today's comic. But at least Scotty Young was involved. Hold on, I'm getting a call right here. Yeah. Oh, Marvel just sent me they want me to just exactly. Anyways, there you go, everyone. I want to return this Wolverine. I thought it was Deadpool. I don't know how he thought it. That is the return of Wolverine, everyone. Sorry, not sorry. I feel like the bit has been exhausted. I think it might be over sooner than later. I always thought they should wait a week for all market purchases in general, but that's a whole different bucket of worms. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. What's up, Scar? Good to see you. I love that you and others are saying it's getting exhausting. That means VeVe is going to have to switch it up very soon. Yeah, I mean, look, I've got some really good ideas. I think we had a great conversation last week. BigA and TheeBiggestBro, where we talked about the purses, the physical, the Louis Vuitton. Like, I think that's what we're gonna have to do. I mean, let's see if let me put BigA on the spot here because I know he knows the answer. What's the biggest project that has a physical item in a major store? I won't make you suffer too long.
I mean, I would assume Pudgy Penguins.
There
right?
you go. Exactly. Pudgy Penguins. Now, I don't expect VeVe to release their own little character out there. But my point is that I think the only way we are going to get more people in right now is to have a bridge, and that bridge is a physical item to digital item. And they have tried it before, but they've got to do something really, really big. Really big. And, I liked what Pizza Pet did. I think a Tamagotchi type item could really work. They already have a Hello Kitty. But I do think that is the bridge we're going to need. I don't know. What do you think? Would you think that's the type of thing we're going to have?
Yeah, I like the idea of like having a game like like Pizza Pet's the Tamagotchi.
Yeah, Tamagotchi, exactly. I think it would be really cool. I think the fixes to the app would be a good start, though, even if drops haven't been the best lately. Yeah, I mean, look, they're a store. There's nothing that says, for instance, that I have to stream or that they have to provide you any entertainment or whatever. But we love VeVe, and this is why we show up and we do this. But there's got to be, like, if I'm going to keep doing a show during the week, I need to provide something more than just this drop, and I'd like to get VeVe involved. And like I said, I sent them an idea. I think it's actually a great idea. I'm not going to say it yet. We'll see if they're interested. But either way, like doing a Tuesday and Thursday comic of comics that a lot of us honestly just don't care about as much because we're more into the old school stuff. It makes it hard. It makes it hard and exhausting. All right, so here's Cobra telling one of her co-workers' son passed a brain tumor, and that is part of the gear they sell for an annual golf tournament. They do a fundraiser that grants scholarships in his memory. So Henry. So yes, so that's why I wear it as shirts and stuff. And I like the hat. So it's a double win. But yeah, it's a sad story, but they do it every year, and they help send. It's a small town, so it really helps the locals get to go to college and stuff like that. Hey BE, can we get the guy holding the comic as a collectible instead? I might go for that.
Yeah, he's ripped.
This guy right here.
Yeah,
he is. He's looking pretty good right there. I think he's looking a little scary. AI just doesn't always do a good job, but yeah, definitely. Are you telling me you wouldn't rather have him? I mean, I'd be a little scared if he was holding.
Looks like he's might even be more built than Wolverine.
He might be. I think you might be right. Back to Wolverine. And again, let me know what you got. I know we're a few minutes into the drop.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, sorry to hear. Well, it is what is returning Wolverine money back. Horrible. I love it. It is horrible. That's why we do it. They should put Mighty Marvels as fidgetals. Not a bad idea. They just released David, Dan, and Eagle. They did do that. High Mint Uncommon. Hey, look, you got to get some bad ones to get some good ones. The Mighties should definitely be physical and gamified. Let's see. With a physical diorama. There you go. Kryptoni, thanks for feeding the beast. Yeah, somebody's got to do it. I've been feeding the beast a lot. I'd have to take a break. It would be nice if you bought off the market and let's say got a secret rare and held it for a period of time, maybe get a physical. Maybe if you held a secret rare Lambo, you could get some merch. Yeah, I honestly think What's the one that the company that worked with McDonald's? The Pebbles.
Doodles.
What is it?
Doodles.
Doodles. Yeah, see, I have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. Doodles. But they saw, as Pudgy Penguin, that there's a real market for these things. There's the crypto people that want to make their money, and then there's people who think they're cute and awesome. So because VeVe has some of the best IPs, if not the best IPs, why are we not getting a potential of getting a physical? I think they need to run a full physical drop like the Stan Lee. They do a drop, it's $50. You get a shirt, you get the secret rare, you get a house. I don't know, whatever it is. I think that will get people more interested, especially on big IPs where we want to bring women in and stuff like that. So,
there's other ones doing it too. Cool Cats, they have for the past 2 or 3 years, they've had a balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, and you could buy the Cool Cat merch, like the plushie and other stuff on Macy's website.
Well, there you go. Because Macy's also used to do NFTs on the it's called Sweet, which has some NFL contracts. I don't know if they're NHL contracts. I don't know if they're still there. It'd be nice if you bought. Oh yeah, we already got that. What is up, Ryan? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. You should be checking out his all his Happy Tree Friend. He's the only other person who has millions of views from Happy Tree Friends. I'm glad you're the only other one who's been able to crack that code. Wolverine is definitely scary, especially that one. Bruin, I try at least 1 or 2. All right. Let's see. Scott Tolson, do Mighty's themed Vincent drop at DCon. That'd be fun. What is up, Fun Under Sun? Good to see you. So if there's any other things that you want to talk about the app, let's go do a little pizza pet check here. See where we're at. 3 blocks. Holy cow. Are they going fast? It seems like they're going fast now.
That's an Electroid, right?
Mm-hmm. What do I get for that?
Now the Mist Tales, the floor was 4,000, so I put mine at 3,300. Not that I think it's going to sell for that, but if someone wants to complete a set and don't want to wait for another one to get listed, they're going to have to buy mine.
They're going to have to pay. So are you telling me? So if you go to the dashboard, we're going to get a little bit into pizza pets here for a second.
No,
which is a great. Oh, go to Magic Eden. Okay.
Because it doesn't matter the population; it's what's for sale.
Right. True. So if you didn't get into pizza pets, they are coming down in price, but they're still expensive. But they're down to $250. If we go down here and go look at the more, I mean, at least it's come up. It went down about 100.
Yeah, they had a bunch sell this morning.
Yeah, because
and all the new ones you can see they're getting listed higher than that. So
yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. So right now, if you had stayed in the game and you did your
elemental type, and you can see like what the floor on each of them are.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Sunbloom.
No. Wait, that's the floor overall. So you have to click it.
I got to click into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you need to have both of them.
All right. So there you go. So 2,061. But that's not mine.
2,600.
Or 2,600. Mine's probably the worst. What? 1,500 and then 3,900.
Yeah.
I guess that's not bad. So I mean, they got if you get to Immortal, there's some good value. Wow, like I have the least valuable one. That's story of my life. And this is my other one. Is again, I have the 2 least valuable ones. And when we talked,
it doesn't mean they will sell for higher than floor.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Just you put it there just in case. Yeah, that's mine right there. Look, you just click on it.
This one,
Yeah, that's mine for 33.
There you go, everyone. If you want to buy a fully evolved Immortal One-Eyed Willie here, it's all yours for 3,300. Nice. I like it. But the whole, the nice thing is that they've gotten a little cheaper. If you want to start from the beginning, we don't know how things are going to end, but what I do know is that my guy needs a shower. Actually, I don't know if he's going to need a shower anymore. What's interesting is I fed him last night. Look, no shit blocks, just he dies in 366. So by the way, if you are into pizza pets, you have an Immortal and you were on Coke and it goes Immortal while you're on
just
Coke.
Clear the Coke right now.
No, I gotta wait.
Why?
Here's the thing, because I'm gonna just wait.
With 3, you might lose.
Yeah. Well, first of all, with 3, I'll lose a heart. Second of all, I'm just gonna wait until I don't know, 2 days from now, and I'll clear it out with my other guy. Got it all planned out here.
Clear it, like the instant he crosses?
Why would I? I already know I can do it. Look at this guy. Look right up here. He's got another crap coming here any moment. So what I'll do is I will clear when I have to clear him for milk. I'll clear him. There's no difference. I already verified I can do it after he's been immortal. Second of all, they're taking that away, so you won't have to milk it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what's up. What's up, Wolfie Barker? Been a little while. Hope you're doing well. Let's see here. VeVe should definitely drop 2500 edition PvP project with utility bat cows. Maybe both. That's actually not a bad idea to like think about something like that. What's up, Doug and Cover? How many pets you all got left? I've got 2. You can see them there on the screen. Let's see. I knew better than to get into pizza pets. They'd all have been dead on day 1. Yeah, a lot of people, they died. He's got the Sunbloom. Duck and Cover has 5. I had 11. I bought them, and then the prices were not right. I mean, I was paying, the fact that I had to pay whatever $61 to DMT 11 is ridiculous. And that's what it was going to cost to feed them. So I killed them off, and then the prices went down somehow. So what is going on here? I'm going to turn that off. Yeah, so you have 5. What's up, VeVe Wheels? Good to see you. Common 1951. Let's go. Market isn't open. I'll pull this up real quick so you guys have the minty fresh numbers. Just remember, be careful getting these. I don't know how many of these sold. I didn't do my research, so my pet died before I seen it. Waiting on resurrection. Is there going to be resurrection? Is that even a thing?
I don't think so.
I don't think there's going to be. I mean, I guess they could. Definitely have something. Originally they're going to be unique. I don't know. What's going to happen. Do we know how many? What was that?
For anyone that won one, literally, if you would have just fed it once or twice, you could have sold it for like $600. It went to a $600 floor like in that first week.
I know. I screwed up. I should have given them LSD. I thought about it and just waited out. But then we also had the idea, because I talked to BigA a lot, is trying to speed run it to the end. The faster you get to the end, the less there are of each character, the more valuable. And right now we're sitting at 332 mortals, about 333 here any moment. Now let's see how many. We're still at 3 blocks. All right, I'll keep an eye. I don't think we're going to get like 2-second blocks here, but I would like to see it go live, see what happens when it goes live. I'm sure it's nothing exciting. Let's see. No resurrection. That would suck. I mean, we already have going to have 7, at least. What do you think? 16,500 immortals.
They might ramp up the bombs or something.
But even if they did that, most are going to be able to get past the white pulverizer is the only one they have to worry about. And if you do roids, you'll get past it.
Yeah.
I don't know. He paid total $390 for the 4 and I put in.
Yeah, that laser eyes is a good feature. I think I'm going to do really well with that one.
Well, and I had one too, but it got DMT'd, and I didn't know that at the time. So
you had a laser eyes?
Yeah. My life. Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. You make your choices. I've got 2. My other one will be immortal in 13 days, something like that.
Yeah.
So he's almost.
Yeah, my other 2 are like 13 days.
We'll see here. Look, it's a fun game. I wish. VeVe, 13.9. So yeah, if VeVe should look at just the interaction between this and Fishmas. This is what we need. Like, we need something in VeVe, not only the Marvel stuff, but just something that gets everyone talking and making memes and just worried about losing their stuff. I mean, whatever. It is fun, and I love the idea of the evolvables, but we need something else too. We just need something that is going to bring people in. I think it might be physical stuff. There's a lot of stuff, and I have faith that Ben is smart enough to, quickly course correct if we have to. What were you going to say?
Me?
Nothing. Okay.
No, nothing. I was just looking at my pets. See.
Okay. Maybe they could do a green pill, red pill type thing. So if you pick the right one, you get another chance. It would bring people in that really want to play. I mean, they could, I guess they could do that. They have to buff those bombs for sure. There's still 2,200 babies. They have to get through it all or not. Let's see. Is our guy immortal yet? No, but look, babe, he's almost. He's going to go immortal. It's Chris said he probably can't make it on because he's got a meeting. But look, 3 blocks. The last 2 blocks were fast. Maybe it's because he's crapped his pants, but he's almost there, babe. We are almost there. He is definitely a crack baby, though. So I think that's okay. Kryptoni, no resurrection. They're dead. Flippy just completed Maserati MC12 set. So cheap to complete a set. Yeah, it's crazy. 10 gems on that piece. Can you believe that? I mean, I think here's the thing. We and VeVe knows this, and that's why they're working on the affiliate program. Don't get too down because it seems like the market's going down. There's been stuff people have said. People are making moves like they think it's over. It's not over. But there needs to be some adjustments. And, we've seen Ben make those adjustments and make them quickly. And that's what they have to do, and every business has to do. You want me to pull up your window?
If you want to see my
yeah, let's go. Let's let BigA flex. Oh wow, look at that.
There's the 2 immortals, and then my last one's on the second page.
So why did you just decide to sell the one over the other? Just because it had a higher price, or
higher because of the floor. It was a chance to possibly get more than the floor.
I got it. Fair enough. Because my idea was to sell one, keep one. But I wanted to keep the Electroid because they had said there might be utility for it. So I don't want to getting rid of that. And it was Taha who had said there might be something special for that. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Isn't it crazy? We're looking at stuff that even 30 years ago, I would have laughed at you for showing me in a video game, like Minecraft. And we're sitting here, we're like, oh my God, 4 megabits of info on this Bitcoin. Holy crap. Let's see. If you're in crypto, learn charts to stop freaking out all the time. Do it for mental health. What am I doing for my mental health? That's what Coke and steroids is for. I think Marvel and VeVe should think about doing a limited comic series run. That only way to get physical copy is to land the drop. That would get some traction in the comic community. Yes, like I completely agree. If they had like something really big, but to get Marvel to give up that kind of power, that's really hard. That's really hard. Maybe they do graphic novels. I was just watching a documentary on that. The comic graphic novel Bones. I've never read it, but I guess it's really huge. Maybe they do something with them. There's a lot of opportunities out there. Narrative people on X are insane. Yes, they are. This is true. Hashtag facts. Kryptoni, did you get the Elmon X gear? I received 2 shirts and 2 beanies. Wow. But you see, they have to, with Pudgy Penguins, they started, do you know the project? You know it better than me. Do you know how it all worked? Like, they did the crypto, right? And then they released the toys in Walmart. And they're on the Flow blockchain. Is that correct? Or am I wrong about that? I asked Taha about that. He said, thought just because it's electric, so don't know about that. Oh, okay. He doesn't know. I'll ask him. So Pudgy, having, it's a time thing, right? Like we got to get people in now. We can't get them later. So we got to get them where people are at. And it's looking like not as many people are still thinking about this digital aspect. Kids are. And so we're going to get those kids as they turn 18, all the kids buying the Fortnite game stuff. We're almost there, right? My son's almost there, but not quite. So we've got to get people with money. And I think having something in a store that you have to buy to get the digital or vice versa, I think makes sense. I think that can get more people into the app. How many? Oh my God, this block's taking forever. Damn blocks. I need to look what's going on because that's
just
definitely
Just sharing my pizza pets to have like 18 Google Chrome tabs in my task manager eating up.
Eating all your CPU. I
Yeah,
know.
I
I have.
don't know why. Just sharing it. I might have to close it out and come right back.
That's fine.
All right.
Yeah, I have issues with that with my CPU because you probably have really low
I'm gonna
RAM.
end.
Okay, he'll come back. So yeah. By the way, we kind of went over the app. Let me remove him from the stage. He'll come back. I'll hopefully VeVe will take a look earlier. I'm going to stay on and see if we can see this puppy evolve. But I'm hoping these are 10-minute blocks because I don't know. But the market is open if you want to snipe. I'm going to check real quick to see if I can actually grab something. And we'll wait for Big A. But if there's something you want to discuss, let me know. Definitely going to have to come up with some new stuff to do on drops if they're going to be, things that just people don't care as much about. But again, I have some, I think, ideas. Does anyone who's actually listening, what do you want to see on a Tuesday, or a Thursday drop if it's not a big comic? Like, what would get you to show up? What's going to get you to show up to a drop? Well, it doesn't matter if you show up to me, but what's going to get you interested in a drop? What's going to do that? Here, I'm going to put my timer back on for 25 minutes because I don't want to miss this. I wonder if it explodes when it happens. I want to see the second. We'll leave it. Right now we are on watch here to watch this guy evolve into
still 3 blocks left.
Yeah, can you believe this? What the heck? This is.
Let me see.
You're gonna go check the mem pool and see what's going on. I'm okay with comics, but not new comics. Should always be less than 1990. I agree. I heard Joy on Viper Space saying they have a meeting with VeVe Friday, so maybe some more TLP. I'd love to have just they've got us right now. We got to figure out what everyone else wants, basically, to bring them in the app. It's not just what we want, it's what everyone wants. I'd like to see some of those things that I brought up for app issues. I'd like to see this fixed, especially the notification. They've had plenty of time to fix that. It should be fixed. It makes no sense to me. And I can't imagine that people at the top are happy about this. I don't know what the team is doing. I'd hate to, get on them, but come on, guys. Like, this is just stuff that was working before. It should still work right now. So I'd like to see that. I'm just going to see if we can get I'm going to leave this up because I'm afraid I'm going to miss it. All right. I don't even see the comic up yet. I wonder how many.
It doesn't like do anything other than just change to.
Does it flash the second it happens? I mean, maybe no.
You might have to refresh it though.
Oh, you're kidding me. See, I was expecting my screen to blow up. So nothing cool is even going to happen when it happens.
I heard. Like I didn't see like mine the second it happened.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We are going to watch the nothing burger happen on here.
It's been 19 minutes since the last block, but the block before that went after
fast.
3 minutes. So
so I'm thinking it will be pretty fast. We're on to Pizza Pets, everyone. We're waiting for this to go immortal. Any second now. We're still 3 blocks, so maybe this block will be long, and
it's probably going to still be another half hour.
Oh mother! I don't have a half hour. Let's see here. The comic is not up yet, so I don't know what's going on. Is it up? No. Seriously, this is weird. Comic is not up yet. I'm just seeing if here, I'll pull up my Minty Fresh numbers just real quick in case somebody wants to snipe. But yeah, the comic isn't coming up right away, so I don't know what's going on with that. What do you think, Big A? And if anyone in chat has any suggestions, what do you think would bring you in on a Tuesday? Let's say they had a comic like this. Is there anything they could do that would make you interested in either going for this or something else going on while this comic is anything? I'm definitely putting you on the spot.
I can't think. I mean, money trumps everything. So like when it's boring now because you don't have the excitement of like you buy it and whatever you get or most of anything you get, it's like profit, even if it's not like huge profits. It's just the fun of it, the gamification of it.
Right.
So like, once prices are like shooting up, I think every drop will be exciting again. It's, money cures everything.
No, you're, I mean, it's true. I mean, it's been said before, we're collectors at heart, but there's a lot of not collectors at heart here. So,
I would say the majority are not collectors at heart.
Well, that's the percentage is high. I don't know what it is. I've said it's like 90%. Others say it's like 98%. It might be. I think there's a good mix though of collectors.
But it's not either. And I don't always think it's an either or also. It's like, I can do a lot of stuff that's like profitable and make money, but I also enjoy this. So I'll do this one as I try to make more money because I enjoy it. So I don't think that has to be like a taboo, that saying you're doing something because of the profit potential.
Oh, I don't think so either, because I think if I had a conversation with David Yu, who we know is a collector, he would admit, and we know he's talked about it before, you buy extra copies so you can sell one, or you can trade up. It's the whole point of collecting. Now, there are people on here who are strictly trying to make money, and I still don't think that's bad. That's not necessarily a bad thing. That may not be who you want everyone to be in the app, but that's not a bad thing. That keeps everything going. What about if they had like streaks? How many, like Kryptoni should get something for, I don't know if he's missed a drop, but like somebody who's never missed a drop, I feel like they deserve something. What if they had, like, if you get all the comics of the month, there'll be an airdrop. You have no clue what it's going to be, but there'll be an airdrop. Would that get you excited?
Yeah, that'd be a nice idea. But at the same time, like if you miss a drop because you didn't get picked and then you miss out on the thing, people are probably going to be upset. Like I went for every drop, I just didn't get them all because I didn't get picked. So now it's like RNG achievement.
Right, totally. All right, I'm checking out. Oh, I love this. Okay, Legions of Comics. This is awesome. Don't be like Goosey Goosehead or whatever. No, but this is, I just pulled up his channel. I love this. So we got a real comic book guy. I don't know your channel, but I just pulled it up here, and I love this because I think it's important. My goal would be to bring the gap between like real comic people in this NFT. So his question are NFT comics bought just for the hope of immediate resale for a profit? And that's, you literally came in when we were talking. No, this is a great question and I appreciate it. There are a lot, and that's what we were saying. There's a huge percentage of people in here who are on that crypto side, right? That they want to make money. They want to get, for instance, today, if they were to get this secret rare, or, a lot of people like Scotty Young, right? We do have collectors in here really like Scotty Young. So Scotty Young is doing a lot of special covers for VeVe. But you get the secret rare, you pay $7 and maybe you sell it for 50. There are plenty of people that do this that just do not care about comics. So it's a really good question. But we do have like Double Quill right here. She's a collector of comics. Now there's obviously different grades of collector, just for fun, major collectors, whatever. But yes, I do feel that there are obviously a lot of people that are in it for money, but there are other people who just love comics and they want to collect a digital version of something they may have a slab of. So it's a great question. I'm glad. Keep asking. I'm being serious. Go ahead.
I would say like an honest answer is yes, because the majority, i.e. over 50, so even 51% would.
It's more than that. I'm not saying.
I think it's more than that. Are buying it not to read it. They're buying it because they hope they get something good or a good mint number so they can sell for more than they paid.
Yes, exactly.
Because a lot of the ones that actually want it, they'll go in the market and just buy a common for $2-3 at a discount. So it works out better for them just buying and not gambling.
Right, for sure. So okay, so he's dabbled with HRO, which is gone now, right? Like, so VeVe all roads lead back to VeVe. Duck and Cover would say that. A lot of people say that they left VeVe and they all come back to VeVe, because VeVe did really well at the beginning. There was some good stuff and bad stuff that happened. It all happened with all NFT projects, good people, bad people. But a lot of people in here do the DC. They do Candy. If you're familiar with that, candy.com. And please keep the questions coming. I love this. And maybe one day we can have you come on, because I think people would be interested. We have Swaggle Hoss, who did a digital comic for VeVe. We have Sleeping Comics, who's a comic book collector. A lot of people want to just, say everyone on VeVe, it's all about money. And a lot of it is, but there are really true collectors on here. So it's interesting. Let's see, Legions of Comics. No, mate, many of us have collections we wouldn't even consider selling, but we do buy and sell in the market for sure.
Yeah, just to say like that, even though I would say a majority of the people are going just to try and make a profit and flip, that doesn't negate the fact that like there's value here in having like a comic that it's digital. You don't have to store in your house. You can pull out and read. There's an actual way to read it. You can read it in AR.
Right.
And it actually has its value, and it keeps value and maybe goes up in value long term. So there is that possibility. It's not a guarantee, but there is something more there than you just buy it, flip it, and you're done.
Right.
There's a second aspect to it that is the long-term goal. Is
the long term, and also some people want to flex. For instance, they may have the AF-15. I used to have the AF-15 Secret Rare. I sold it for $5,000. You had the Miles Morales collectible. You sold it for $78, I think you said, or $73.
Yeah, $7,800.
$7,800. So there is value to be made. I have a collection of stuff that I like within the app, whether it be comics and collectibles. But I do flip too, just to have the money or the gems to be able to buy more stuff. I haven't cashed out that much. There are people who cash out every time they hit $100. There's others that just don't cash out that much. Legion of Comics, it does, but there's also NFT community involved. Yeah, what's up, Casual? Good to see you, man. Everyone should be checking out Casual's content. We've got, and of course, Double Quills also. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. I collect, but I also stack. Definitely not a flipper. Legion of Comics, what are some of the biggest concerns with the digital medium, especially with the being first outing of it? Historically, first of anything doesn't last long. It gets a second wave upgrade. So we always say the cream rises to the top. I really believe VeVe is going to be the one that's going to last. They've signed the big deals with Marvel. They've signed, there's Marvel Ultimate, but then we have the VeVe comic app viewer. And so that's an exclusive. Well, it's an exclusive deal that they made with Marvel, where when Marvel releases a new comic, VeVe releases the digital version the same day. So that's really cool. And they're getting into other, not just Marvel, getting into some other stuff. That you get more over to the VeVe comic book app, and those people, I think you're getting into more of the more real comic collectors of the new stuff. And I may be wrong about that. I don't know if do you think there's any concerns? The only concern obviously would be like if they go out of business and the servers get taken over and they replace my comic with something else, right? I guess that would be the concern. Right? That's the biggest concern. Ownership, stuff like that. People, a lot of people were looked at bad even in the NFT community, because people don't even believe that we are real NFTs. So we get it from both. We get it both sides, both ends. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, a lot of us like the comics. I can tell you, I don't care about these new comics. I cover drops for VeVe sometimes officially. Sometimes I just do it because we're a small group and we like to hang out. But stuff like these new ones don't really do it for me. More, the older, gold and silver, that type of stuff is the stuff that we like. And they've released most of it. Captain America 1 is the only one they haven't. I think they will. A lot of people say they won't, but I think we've got a little while before they're going to get back to that. Let's see. Not to mention that we have a bunch of exclusive covers. Yeah, Legions of Comics. What do you think about exclusive covers like a Scotty Young or something like that? Is that anything that excites you? And I'll get to your question. Also, what if VeVe had something where you had to get a digital to get a really sought after physical? Would that even interest you? What would bring like the real comic people into the space? Just 6 a surface level. I assume a hot new theme will come along, refined and alluring. Happens most of the time. Leads to a drop and or sellout, especially in tech. Lead on. Yeah. You know, how long have we been here now? We're at over 3 years, right? October 2020, and comics were that summer. So August of 2020, I think, or a little bit before they started doing comics. So it's been here for a while. They are more than surviving. They make enough money to keep going. So do you think this is going anywhere? I know people are kind of worried now.
No, unless something happens with the Marvel partnership, which it's only seems to get stronger every year. They
Yeah.
with the, like introduction of the
it went
comics app.
We missed it. Oh man.
Wow, 3 blocks went that fast?
It went that fast, everyone. There you go. Well, crap at my life. But honestly,
oh wow, those blocks went back to back.
Yeah, I'm excited that Legions of Comics came on, just because I think it's cool to hear somebody. We've had other people come in and say, "Oh, this project's crap," and maybe you think it's crap, and that's totally okay. But there's this hoity-toity type thing that comic people think they're better, or NFT people think they're better, and it's kind of ridiculous. Anything that brings people into the comic world that bridges that gap, I think is cool. The biggest bro isn't here today, but he's one that never collected comics, and VeVe's gotten him into physical. Now he likes slabs and stuff like that. Some people don't care about CGC, but yeah, it's been a fun experience. God, I cannot believe we missed it, but I made it. Holy cow! It does feel kind of good. It feels kind of good to make. This is a whole other project, Legion of Comics. If you don't like crypto like me, you would hate this even more. But yeah, sure. But Marvel Comics 1 is still MC1, and AF15 is still AF15, whether there's a hot new thing or not. You can't have a second original AF15. You can have a second original digital AF15. There you go. VeVe username Seawolt. Please raise your hand. Oh, if you're trying to find somebody in here, that's going to be hard. Ben Rose has said time and again that there's contingency plans in place with the IP issuers. I did hear that.
David's also said that for years, that there's always something in place for
for the servers and everything.
Yeah.
Like HRO, right? They're moving over and they're figuring out. For me, as of right now, there's really nothing that really attracts me to the NFT thing. I do read some randoms on digital, but I'm not against people doing what they like. Yeah, no, that's totally cool. And it's good to know that there's really nothing. Let's say there's an artist. Now, if you go back to, the old stuff, gold and silver, all that stuff, a lot of those artists just aren't here, right? So you're not going to get anything. But if there's a new artist, what if you could get a physical, like a signed physical, if you went for an NFT? Or again, in order to get this new comic or that cover, you had to go for the digital, or vice versa. Let's say you just happened to get a comic at the store from Marvel and it had a free comic. Would you even enter the promo code into the VeVe app and take advantage of that? Curious if that would even do anything for you, but I appreciate that. Admitted, I have a lot to learn and understand before I'd ever put money into something like NFTs. Fair enough. And I do want to make it clear, because BigA here is more of the crypto, like real NFTs. These are considered hybrids. And again, people, there's been a lot. I think most NFT projects are scams. Some people think VeVe is a scam. It's not a scam. I mean, you don't get Marvel, you don't get DC, you don't get the United States Postal Service, you don't get Universal Studios, you don't get, Coca-Cola, on and on and on, these major companies coming in. So I'm not really worried about it, but I totally get, after hearing all the stuff that's happened with NFTs, to be very careful about what you do with any project. Definitely got to look into it. You want to say something?
One good thing for with VeVe that helps onboard new people is the cost is very minimal. Like to get into NFTs in the the PFPs are on OpenSea. Most of them are hundreds or thousands of dollars to get in. Here, you come in with a credit card and you buy a comic for $7. And worst case scenario, like you got a comment and it's only worth $2-3, so you lost $4. I mean, everyone's got $7.
Right.
And you have a chance to get something that could be $50+ on a not so good comic, or you could get a really good mint, and that's worth $500,000.
Yeah, that's one thing we do like. Each you'll see, and this again probably means absolutely nothing to them.
So the barrier entry is really small.
It is a small entry to get in, first mint, last mint, but then 616 or 616, sometimes it's still big, even if that particular thing is not related to the or 616. That's just one that everyone's gravitated to. Wolverine 1832, his birthday. So each comic comes with a number between 1 through 3,000, but VeVe keeps the first 161 in this case. And it could be any of the covers, but it also might be a thing. And I think with Legion, he has a hard time wrapping his head around something that's not physical, which I completely get, because I had the same problem. I absolutely had the same problem. And here we are. Even with paper comics, exclusive cover chasers are even their own subset of collectors with overlap with readers and collectors. So many subset collectors out there. What Legions of Comics and VeVe, you got to get in contact with Legions of Comics. Definitely. Just to, have a good conversation with somebody in the comic world. What are you strictly into, original covers? Because most of the comics I see, I only like the original covers. Are you into slabs? Are you into, you don't care about that? How would you grade yourself as a collector? I'm just curious. Today's comic's still not up yet. Yeah, people were saying it was a problem. What is up, KCBMW? Definitely. What's going on, VeVe? Thank you for dropping by. Appreciate it. Utility honor collectibles come in many forms, from passes to our events, digitals, airdrops for holders, gated crafting, MCP rewards, augmented reality, and much more. Stay tuned. Yeah, we're definitely excited to see what's going on. Legions of Comics came through, had some very good questions. He's the type of person who's not really interested in NFTs, and that's exactly the person we have to be talking to, because there's going to be hard, if not impossible, to switch them over, but we can learn a lot from somebody like that. So I appreciate that he came in, and same with you guys coming through here, VeVe. Appreciate that. Legion Comics, that's interesting. I'm not personally a comic guy, more into the art. Yeah, he's definitely in the art. Ooh, that's kind of what they said on the Sergio post. Yes, that we'd have some utility. Love it. That's what we want to see. I'm a Wednesday warrior. I have a pull list, and I get the A covers for the PC. I have tons of slabs of older keys, blah, blah, blah. Really stand old school collector that still reads weekly. That's awesome. No, but see, if you knew David Yu, that's who he is. That's who Sleeping Comics is. They just happen to also get into the digital side here. And, but no, it's really cool. Cause when I was younger, I pulled them up. You look very young. I'm old. I'm almost 49. I collected comics, 84 and on, maybe through the mid 90s. I had fun doing it. I don't have slabs. I still have them. They're not graded and I'll go back and look at them. So it's fun. But yeah, you sound like truly a serious collector, and somebody like that can be very hard to get them to even wrap their mind around. For instance, why would I want an AF-15 copy is what I'm assuming you're going to say, which is I completely get it. Just bought MetaQuest 3S. I can see bright future for VeVe when VeVe versus Ready. Yes. Oh yeah. How much are those, by the way? The MetaQuest 3. It's like 400. Isn't that the one it's like basically getting an Xbox, right? On the MetaQuest, you get.
I don't know. I've seen the glasses that I think Costco had them.
Like 400 maybe. For some reason I think
more than that.
Were they okay? I also have subscription to DCU app where I read randomly older stuff. That's the extent of my digital. So so you liked it, and VeVe even has, so interesting enough, on the VeVe comic app, they can have it where you can buy a comic to read. And I know you can have subscriptions to other places, but you can buy it just to read. And then you can pay extra if you want one that's actually one that you can sell on the app. So if you're just interested in just reading something, you can get that. They even do sometimes free comics. So it's certainly worth taking a look into. I don't know if it's going to be your thing, but he sounds like true at heart collector. Like it's a big deal where a lot of people here are, trying to get profit. But there are some true collectors here too. Any news on today's comic being allowed to list? I don't know if VeVe's still on. Yeah, no, because you can't list it. Maybe they're fixing the stuff on the app that I said needed to be fixed. Man, when we have reliable AR with VeVe integrated, but see, that's interesting to us, but to Legions of Comics, and I don't know his name, that may be absolutely nothing to him because he wants something physical to hold. There is something to say. Like I know people who won't do a paperwhite, the Kindle, because they want to like hold a book and read it and get that whole feeling, that nostalgia. Moving forward, I think people are moving that way, but you're going to have harder, the older the generation is, getting them to move away. It's hard enough to get me to wrap my head around paying money for something that I don't physically have. That was really hard, but I do it now. Are you fine with your collectibles going to zero? Collectors at heart. Dino. Wait, doesn't Dino normally say I'm not buying Omi? He changed up. What's going on? Yeah, he's not buying Omi until they do something. Are you fine with the collectibles aren't going to go to zero because you can't sell them for less, so they'll go to $1. I think that's the lowest they go. I cannot believe I missed the evolution of my guy. But again, we got to talk to Legions of Comics. I understand the use of digital read of expensive keys. Great way to read them. Same as reprints. Sounds pretty cool. Oh, there you go. $2.99. Yo, I've seen those VR comics. Can you read where you can read a book in front of you as a house? That would be so fun. So you can do that on the VeVe app. So that's kind of what people were saying. Well, people will love this because, just on my little tablet, whatever, I can open up a comic. Although people were saying it wasn't working recently, but you could just open it up in the room and you could have your kid there and you could just like read it and it looks huge. So stuff like that, it's interesting to hear that would be something maybe you could like. Not that you pay for it, but maybe you like. What if, let me ask you this, Legion, what if VeVe had a free comic just to get you in for a first time user? Would you even sign up for the app if they just had a free comic for you to just try it out? So you could go see what a comic book looks in your living room or something like that. Be interested in hearing your opinion on that. Yeah, but again, I'm talking more about collectibles and art. Yeah, you're really into the art. Loving our VeVe exclusive cover art. And my collectibles, by the way, he owned a comic book shop. So he is a real comic book collector. He now works for VeVe. He's up in Canada. So he's a good person. Yes, the app is free. VeVe, we got my collectibles. We got to get him a comic. Maybe I should give one of my collectibles to him. Loving our VeVe exclusive cover art on the Marvel Comics. Can only get them on our platform. And a new take on in real life grails. Also love our physical Comic-Con Marvel comic variants. Much more to come. Yeah, so they've had some physical stuff at Comic-Con that you could get. With their exclusive comic, the Swaggle House comic. So really cool stuff. Yeah, the app is free. If it wasn't free, I would be upset. You had to pay for the app. No, it's free. And then the nice thing, as you hear with most NFTs, you have to have cryptocurrency. It's like buying gems or buying V-Bucks on Fortnite. You put in 5 or 10. I think you have to put in 10. Put in $10, you get 10 gems. And God, you could go back and find some comics that are just $1 because people don't see any value in them. Eventually we've had a lot of comics over the time.
Do you have Stacker? Maybe you could show them like the prices of some of the commons, like
let's see
of good stuff. Like Sergeant.
Let's see. Somebody just bought one of those. I don't know if he cares about the price though. I think
Well,
he's more interested in being able to like, what can he
well,
do?
if you see like for 10, $20, you can pick up like 10 comics that
Oh.
are like Silver Age comics or something.
Well, hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I'm logged in here. Let me just go in and pull this up. It'll be easier to show on here. Please don't make me log back in. It's going to make me log back in. It won't be a big deal. All right. I'm going to log. If you can stay for a second, Legion of Comics, I'm going to log in to my account.
At least show them what's there from like the
Yeah, I'll show you what's there.
of,
Maybe
like, the
give me a
keys
comic
and
that
bread.
you're interested in, and I'll show you. Come on. Gotta wait a second here. Hopefully we'll. Probably went to my junk. I mean, this is a great conversation because normally we get a lot of friction. All right, I'm gonna have to have it resend. For some reason, it's not coming through. Crap. Because then I can show you. I mean, worst case, I'll show you my. I'll do the other share. It's gonna. Oh, I can't resend for 20 seconds. All right, give me a second here. Let's see if I can get this up, and I'll pull it up. Let's see. Omi price. Hey, look who we got here. Okay, so we've got the biggest bro here, Legion of Comics. He can tell you his experience with the app. Pull him up. No song today.
There we
What's
go.
going on, man? How are you doing?
What up? What up? What up? Man,
Good
my
to see
bad. I just woke up, guys. I
Hey.
had a long night last night. It was awesome. But yeah. Woo!
Totally. Well, that's good. Sounds like a good
I'm
night.
right there with you. not a lot of sleep today.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, this is. Have you been watching? Have you? This Legion of Comics came on. He's like
Who's
a
that?
real comic book collector, and he's been asking like fair questions about NFTs. And I was telling him about you. Like, you're one of the guys who wasn't really into comics, and
Yeah.
VeVe kind of got you into that. So, hold on.
Also,
I'm
like
gonna-
clarify, like we just enjoy this. Like, we're not getting anything out of this. Like, if he buys some comics, there's no like affiliate fee.
Oh yeah. No,
There's
they
no
are
code
actually.
we're gonna send
They
you.
are working on an affiliate program, but we don't.
Right.
We don't get anything. I
Yeah,
don't know why this
we're
doesn't
just sharing something we like, and if it's not for you, it's not for you. No big deal.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Oh, this isn't working.
It also
Oh,
gives
here it
us
is.
insight, like the person who is not really exposed to the digital part and how they look at it.
I mean, for
yeah,
me,
so-
as
go ahead.
as a baby beginner comic collector, like I really like reading the comics. I think that's like one of the coolest things is reading all these old school stories and stuff like that. And I'm not sure you're able to. This is just like when you're collecting toys, right? The cool thing about collecting toys, you leave them in the plastic, you leave them in the thing, and you just chill. They just sit there. You know what I mean? A lot of these comics, like Fantastic Four #1, how many of those in physical can you pick up and read? You know what I mean? Like see what's really happening in these books. And I think that's one of the cool things about digital is you can actually open these books. None of the damage is happening to them and stuff like that. And you don't have to store them in boxes and stuff like that. Granted,
All right.
Granted, I never collected comics, but now I'm sitting here. I got freaking boxes. I just got this in the exclusive VeVe cover with the Davy U and like like there's really cool comics and now I have favorite artists. Like I love Scotty Young and Peach Momoko and it gets you into it. So I know a lot of the people who are like physical comic books, they have their thing, and I get it, man. I totally get it. I get why you wouldn't do digital because like, is it real? Is it not? But the fact that Marvel stamped their brand behind it, I mean, what else do you really need? You know what I mean?
Oh, he said it right here. That's what we need. Trust me, candy.com. Now, VeVe has the physical, like not the physical. I'm sorry. VeVe has the collectible side of DC. So, you could have a standing 3D model of Batman or different Batmans, Jim Lee Batman, stuff like that. But they do not have DC comic. People, trust me, people want it. And we don't know if that's something they can't get because of Marvel. Maybe there's some exclusive thing. But, right here, Fantastic Four 1, just on pricing. This is old. This came out 3 years ago. Do you remember what was this? I wasn't here for this drop. Was that 20? Was this 10? I don't know.
I think this is a $10 drop.
I think it might have been
it
10.
It should say it in there.
Click on it; it should tell you the details.
And there were 60,000 of them, right?
Yeah.
I think there were a ton of
Comic
these
details.
Yeah, it's taking a second here. So on this one, yeah, there were 60,000. Am I missing the price?
No, it doesn't have it there.
Now this comic back in the day, we're talking $10,000+. It might have even been more than that. Not that it matters. It's 925. If value even matters,
but that's just a secret rare. The common.
That's just a secret rare. A lot of people complain at the earlier ones, they were just like black and white, a little color. And that's why I always just like the original. I think that for me, that's what I like. Friction is for people with no lives. Yeah, Friction. It's hard to get people to do anything. I'm 48, own my own comic book and vintage toy shop from 2015 to 2021. Huge in real life collector. Love the new digital evolution. Tons of fun and only adds to my collection experience. Legion of Comics. I don't know if you use Twitter or X or any of that. I would love if you would send me a DM, or if I can somehow get a hold of you. Hold on, I'm just updating this. So this, that does not look better. That it's so big, the comment.
Unless you shove it.
Yeah, I could go across the top actually. Oh no, here, watch. We'll just do this. This looks horrible. We'll just do this. There we go. Who cares how it looks? But anyways, maybe you can contact me. It's at Informant. 2 M's, Informant. DM me and let me see. Maybe there's something I can do or get you something. I'd love to just have you just try it out. You know,
he says on all platforms.
Yeah. Let's see here. Monday night partying. You guys are wild. I know, right?
I went to wrestling last night and I had the time of my life. So I was.
Oh wait, now before we gotta protect and see. Now this is the crap we have to deal with. Legions. Jay can be an a-hole, but we also don't like to be in our echo chamber. So you know, as long as he's nice, I don't necessarily like him calling anyone a loser unless it's me. Yes. Jay, I support digital. It's definitely not a replacement for physical. That's wild. Yeah, he's wild. Don't even listen to him. And who knows? The biggest bro might even ban him for the day.
No, I've never.
No, he's not. Yes.
Jay's my boy, man. We're boys.
Right. There you go. New generation are not purchasing anything physical. Now, this is true. Now, Jay,
that's true.
That the new generation is not. But I don't want to discount, because look, I definitely collected real comics before, and it is really hard to wrap your mind around not having something physical.
Straight up, like I did not collect comics. I started collecting them digitally. Now I have freaking boxes of comics. It's all bad. Like it made me want to collect physical because now I want to match, right? And that's the whole thing I think about the digital space. I think his comment right there, like, are they just another way to open value market in digital?
Right.
Yes.
These companies are
going to find a way to make more money.
Right.
This is a smart way because in the end, it's still very limited. I know they said there's like 60,000 of these, but in the beginning there was a lot of different accounts and stuff like that. People lost their codes. People like bought it. They weren't able to buy anymore. So a lot of these comics are dormant. Maybe one day we'll have a count of like which ones are locked in or got burned from accounts being deactivated and stuff like that. But I still think these are really cool to have. It's scarce in a sense of like just owning one. Like I own Marvel's #1. I didn't realize the impact it was until like I started getting into comics. Like, oh, this is like the comic. You know what I mean? So
right.
It's really cool just to have.
I think here's the thing, and I'm actually talking with a guy. There are things, real world assets now, and I just out of curiosity, since you're on here, if you still happen to be here, what if, and I would hope VeVe could do this sometime, what if you could own a particle of a comic? For instance, let's say an Action #1. Now, this is outrageous because we're not going to be able to pool enough people to do it, but let's think of something more in the $100,000 range comic. What if you, with 10,000 people, could split it, actually have ownership, and also have a digital version of it, as long as you haven't sold off your particle or whatever? Is that something you'd be interested? So you'd actually be an owner in a real comic that would sit at a museum or something like that. Is that anything that would interest you? maybe being able to say, well, I own a little piece of this, something I'd never be able to own on my own. I'm curious if that's anything interesting to you, but yes, definitely wherever there's money to be made, you're going to have bad actors. I don't think, I know VeVe is not a bad actor for doing this. David, you is a true collector. My Collectibles is a true collector. A lot of people within the company are, but there are some who are not. And of course, they're a business. They're here to make money, just like Marvel. But nothing bad. NFTs have themes, comics don't, like unique mint numbers. Also, provenance, stuff like that, But on the other hand, I still understand it doesn't hit the same physical, something you can hold the emotion of that. So yeah, I will reach out to you. Oh snap! The first
Yes, sir. It was dope.
Was it? All right. You obviously not here for the money, so you probably love VeVe. It's only the flippers that have beef. Right. I own about 1,000 comics in digital. Never read one of them. Hey, but that's your thing. That's okay, Dive Jedi.
That's Dive, man.
Dive, right.
He's probably already read them. He's smart. He's a smart guy. I never experienced this,
He says, to be fair, you guys are not the new generation either. The new generation are buying physical.
That is very true. That is also very true. That's very true.
I always have to remember that, the reason I like this is I see my son spending the money on Fortnite and Minecraft, buying digital stuff. So the idea of VeVe to me is that now, instead of just buying skins and being stuck with them and can't move them around, sell and trade, by making them NFTs or digital collectibles, that gives you the ability to move them around to different places. So I like that idea. I think kids are primed to do that. But I do like to hear, my son likes to read physical books. I'm totally okay. He doesn't want a Kindle. I like that. And I like that people are reading this. I'm interested to see if maybe, I was just talking about maybe getting Bone on VeVe, which is a really big comic out there. Very good art. I'm sure he's familiar with Bone. I don't know if they can get that, but that'd be really cool. Am I way older than my collection? Dude, realize that I'm almost 49. BigA's 49. My Collectibles 48. We're all old. I think Sleeping Comics.
Did you read the comments? I'm a young guy. What are you talking about?
That's true.
Yes, that's right. You are. You're old.
B's 25, dude.
Not new generation like your kids. Yes, I am old. I'm definitely old, no doubt. I've launched a bunch too. Never read them, but I love the cover art, which is fine.
Read your book, guys. Read your books. Come on.
Read them. I've been a baseball collector forever, and the digital aspect is amazing to me because I can buy and sell immediately without shipping and people trying to scam me with after the sale. I think it's just wrapping your mind around, like, what does that physical thing provide to you that the digital thing provide that a physical doesn't? That type of thing. I think
keep in mind, like, now you have the California DMV issuing auto titles as NFTs.
On NFTs, yeah.
An Avalanche blockchain.
So I don't think NFTs are going to go anywhere. I think comics and however, like Legions of Comics, I look at VeVe as trying to go after the masses. The regular NFT or the real NFT market is not made for the masses. Anytime you can use a credit card to buy like tokens within a game or on the VeVe app to buy stuff, I think that is mass friendly. And I think it would be cool to get, just to bridge this gap between the old comics and the new comics. That's what I'd like to see. Get people who are real comic collectors, like physical, come over to digital and see some value in it. Maybe, for instance, you have an AF-15 and you don't want to ruin it. Here, let me pull the biggest bro back up. And you don't want to ruin it, so you can read it now on here.
I think the issue people have with NFTs, they don't really understand what it is. It's a non-fungible token. It's a token that can't be recreated. It's a one of one, each one. Right. And so it's like if you took a person that lives in some rural island that's never like seen cars, and their first exposure to cars was like going to a race car show, and it's like, wow, these cars are cool, but like they have roll cages. I don't see like an everyday use for this. Not realizing that like the average car isn't like the race car. It's something you can drive back and forth to the store and work. It's not all this crazy stuff.
No, it's true. Here's Marvel Comics 1
technology that lets you like own the item. and
Right.
just thought to do it.
And have proof. I think the idea that you can know that it's not counterfeit and all that stuff, although people get around it. Now, this question I like too: how does VeVe get people outside of their community to see these are scarce, being they just appear equal to a standard digital comic or photo to so many people, which is very true. And look, this is the thing that we're trying to get people to understand. If you were to watch my show, you would know, for instance, maybe how many secret rares there are. So on Marvel Comics here, number one, I think there were 300 of this. I do not have it. It's $2,570. If you were to go for a drop, you would know. Outside of this, I don't know how you really convey that to people. If they know, they really have to get into the community. And as you know, comics itself is a niche, right? And we're a niche within a niche. So we're tiny. We were very large at one point when the money was absolutely outrageous, and now we're just rebuilding the community. So it's a better community now, I think, because we did have a lot of like unsavory folks in here. But that's something we have to do if people care about scarcity. You'd have to, for instance, click into the comic details. And then you can see, for instance, there's only, like I said, I think it's 300. Am I wrong? Oh, do we not have it on this one? Oh, this one doesn't even tell us. Well,
you gotta click into each one. You gotta click into.
I got to click it again. Are you sure? Look, I don't even know what I'm doing. No, I don't see. I don't think it does.
Oh, interesting.
So this one doesn't, but the secret rares usually range between having 80 and 250. But of course, like I would assume a real collector like you would be, outraged with this because it's not the original cover.
Real collectors probably want the common, which is the original cover, yeah.
Which is this, which is
what
I
the thing that I think the thing that these aren't going to be reprinted, I believe. Like there's not going to be like a Marvel comic #1 second edition, right? Like these are it. Like in the physical, they can just keep printing more and more and more, right? Is
right.
Correct? Or?
No, that is if they were to
counter.
Yeah. What's up, VeVe?
Yeah, so like VeVe, my guy. Hey, I'm sorry about last night, VeVe. I was doing bad rivals. I was bringing them down, but we finished with a win, so that's what matters. Yeah, so like with the comics, like the thing that makes my understanding, right, and this is somebody that's not coming from NFT, not coming from the whole block. I'm still learning, right?
Your camera went off. It's all right. We can still hear you. We can still hear you.
Okay. My bad. Just these are particular to you, right? So like there's only going to be 1616 Amazing Fantasy common, right?
Right.
Jay, you think they'll release a second edition? No way.
I don't know if it's clear that like when they're all released, they're all individually numbered. So there's only one of each number.
Right.
So they can't like add to it without like adding more numbers, and that would
right. So like for instance, and here's an interesting example of kind of the market's kind of weird. Here's the original cover is 160. Here's the uncommon, which is more rare. It's actually worth less. And then the rare, which is even more rare than the common, it's right about the same value. Everyone really puts a lot on the original cover, especially on the older comics. But yes, each one of these has a number attached. So there were 10,000 of the Amazing Fantasy, right? 15 that were minted, whatever you want to say. And they sold out instantly. It was like instant, right? And I was lucky. I got the secret rare. It was completely crazy. My wife got just the regular normal cover. But it was a lot of fun. It was a big day when this happened. And the market was actually just starting to go down with NFTs. But each one is individually numbered. So, if you had the year that this came out, 1962, I think that went for 15,000 on the common, if I'm correct. I think the 1962 went for 15,000 that day on the common. But a lot of people don't even care about mint numbers. But here, let's see what my collectible says here. It says physical comics will always be here. Digital comics like movies and music are more accessible worldwide to share the amazing stories and art. VeVe is worldwide instant with same day releases. So that's the other thing. If you just want to read a comic too, you can go to the VeVe app, the VeVe comic app, and just read it. You don't even have to get the special edition that you can collect and sell. If you just want to read it, it also gives you that. Now we know there's, Marvel Unlimited and stuff like that, but it's really cool. My question would be, why should anyone care about that 101 NFT version so much? It's like anything else. If I say it's worth something and he says it's worth something, right? If I say I'm going to give you $1, we both agree it's worth $1. It only works because right now we agree that it has value. Does it really have value? I mean, there's enough people that think that these have value.
They have value because I can sell them right now and give my money out.
Yeah, if you want it, like for instance, you get something big and want to sell it, you could do that. But yes, I think it's hard to convince people. Why would they go for this? But I think also the gamification part is, for $20, this is a $20 drop. If you got this, you instantly made money. Now that's how it used to be. It's not quite like that anymore. If we got the only one I can see doing that, and I'll let you know, is when we get Captain America 1. Like that will sell out instantly. That will be worth more money than you put in. That will be a big win if you care about the money, but also that's a comic everyone's waiting for to come out. But yeah, to spend 20.
Some of these I just want to own, man. I just want to own these comics, dude. Like,
right.
I think a good example would be the Lethal Protector. There's only 1,000 of those, and I love that comic cover. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's not going to be that many people that can have that Lethal Protector, or like there's certain comics that it's going to be hard to get.
Yeah, and if you like, for instance, if AF-15 is one of your favorite comics, maybe you want everything AF-15, you want the digital version. That's just like anything else that I've collected. If I want, I don't want the damn plate, but back in the 80s, people wanted plates of crap. But you might want, if you like Hello Kitty, like my wife, she wants a purse that's Hello Kitty. She wants a Tamagotchi that's Hello Kitty, all this crap. So maybe somebody who's a big collector may just want to say, I have something really rare and really like that. Legion of Comics, when it's an official Marvel release and they set a limited edition of 5,000, then it's not limitless. That's the max forever, right? And or if like in comics they reprint it, it's a reprint, right? Like you'll get the original. But I understand his thing. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around it. Let's see. Why can't you see comics in AR? I don't know. Do counterfeit NFT comics exist? Not on a centralized system, and I won't get too much into that with NFTs, but on VeVe, that would be impossible. VeVe controls, it's like a sandbox, right? Most NFTs are just out there, and things can happen. On NFT, they control the servers, they control the environment, so there's not much outside pressure. Even if somebody was to come in and hack and steal comics, they could actually return them to people, but that hasn't happened, and I don't think it will happen. But it's a great question, because there are probably things on OpenSea that say they're VeVe Amazing Fantasy 15s, and they're not. Like you can only buy VeVe comics on the VeVe app or now on Stacker. Now there are certain things that you can buy with their cryptocurrency. But the comics are not part of that. Not yet, at least. The big companies are not allowing too much of the crypto to comics, but it's a good question. Big Bro, I wouldn't say that. I bet VeVe will release these as second editions. Okay, but if they did, we would know. That's the whole thing. We would know when they were minted, and nobody would care about them. Legion of Comics certainly
I just don't think they'll do that.
I don't think it makes sense. Beauty of blockchain, you can immediately see it's fake. Going back to print, couldn't create more. The books would be defined by their print. So going back creates a run of second print or third print with their own specific values. Yeah, we see that with comics. In fact, a lot of people, we do contests. A lot of the content creators do contests, and they'll give away reprints that are graded, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, we realized. Yeah, facsimiles.
I learned that.
Yes, that is facsimiles and ticks and all of that. Yes. So no, you can't cheat the system. At least on the VeVe platform. If you go to the wild west of OpenSea and those places, right, Big A, there'd be no those places you could do whatever. People can throw up a picture and say
Yeah, but first off, OpenSea moderates pretty quickly, like any unlicensed IP items, because they could be sued for it.
Right.
Secondly, like if someone tries to like duplicate a collection, like you just have a couple clicks to verify. That's like Duck and Cover said, it's the beauty of blockchain. Like everything's verifiably publicly. So,
and if you're confused, don't worry. Like most people in here are probably a little confused, including myself. I'm just learning just because of Big A here has helped me a lot. I know the biggest bro has learned a lot. Just us being in this space. We weren't NFT like Big A was. I was not an NFT person. That was a 4-letter word to me. It just happened to be that's the avenue these companies went to get it to us, was by making it on the blockchain, or VeVe, which is considered like a hybrid. Again, we have a lot of people that don't even, the NFT people don't even believe these are NFTs. I don't think it matters. I just think what matters is what you could do with it, and is there utility. That's what a lot of people with the digital, they want utility. Maybe you get something later. It gives you access to something later. That's what people like to see. And special covers like the Scotty Young stuff. Let's see. You can make a comic release on Open Day, which will be worthless. OpenSea, make it worthless and fake and not official Marvel. Let's see. My music is digital, but I can buy vinyl if I want. My movies are digital. My money is digital. My new comics are digital, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I think I don't like somebody like Legion of Comics is not going to get left behind. He's always going to have his physical comics, but there might be a space or a place for them in his collection. Legion of Comics, everything is tracked and dated on the blockchain. Eventually they will run out of grails. I think they already have. I think we're there. If you sell your vegetables comics, how do you get your cash from the app? Your vegetable comics. You sell your vegetables.
I'm guessing you're just saying your vintage comics, maybe?
Oh, vintage. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I don't think he was trying to be funny. How do you get your cash out of that? So one of the things, because they had a lot of like bad actors in the beginning, you have to KYC or know your customer. So you have to like show your driver's license. You have to prove who you are, because this is all.
It's in the U.S., so you gotta comply with the U.S. laws.
Yeah, right. You got to comply with U.S. laws. So you're going to have to, or if you're in Canada or wherever, because my collectibles is in Canada, you have to abide by the laws there. So you have to have at least $100 worth of value to cash out. And then you just go through the process of cashing out. There's a 10% fee right now. They've talked about getting rid of it in the future, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. You cash out and they transfer the money to your bank. It's usually pretty quick. I think some people out of the country have had a little bit longer time, but it's a pretty easy process. So, I just like it because there are a lot of things like the collectibles. I should show them some collectibles. You may not even care, but I'm going to pull them up just so you can kind of see some different stuff that we've had for comics that you may or may not even care about. But it's a great question. Sven, good to see you. What a grind we need to do. Just join the fam, Legion of Comics, buy a cheap one you like, and it gets you hooked in a second.
I just like to and I know I'm gonna derail it, but like I just want to skip to the latest one from Jay. This is why we keep people like Jay around. See, he's still a good guy. He's a good guy. I would like to donate a Grail comic to Legion if he joins VeVe. Look at the state of this community. Everybody on here just started like telling him why this is all good. Like, come on, man, we got you, bro. Like, start like this. Like, this is the beauty of the community. It is
a nice community. So that's why I want to contact him, because I want to get him in or somehow figure out to get him, because we used to have transfers and stuff like that, but they got rid of it because people were selling off market, and that's how you launder money, and they had to get clean. So will VeVe release comics like AF-15 again? I don't know. That was a great answer. Very cool. My wife does not care about my Pokemon cards, just paper for her, LOL, and my cards do have value. Right. Let's see. The Mona Lisa is just a piece of canvas and some paint on it. Legion of Comics. But like, you got to understand this. The physical part is the hardest part when something isn't physical, and you've been doing that your whole life. Why are disintegrating acetone paper comics for so much? Why would anyone pay millions for that? A lot of people don't get that either. I get that more though, but yes, because most of them got, thrown away or burned. So the rarity, what I would say with that is the rarity of comics and baseball cards was caused by people not seeing value in them back in the day and throwing them out, therefore being rare. The rarity now is manufactured, right? Like
Correct.
I'm printing 10,000 and 250 are going to be secret rare. I made that decision. So 250, it's rare, right? Like if you want right now, I always joke about this. I can pull out a nose hair and it's a 101. All right. But it's literally worthless. Nobody, in fact, they're disgusted. What's up, Toby? Good to see you.
Until you start popping off, BE, huh? And some girls, they have feet and they're worthless until they take pictures of them.
Oh, gross. Oh,
And
gross.
then people will pay. People pay for whatever, dude. Look, this is what I learned about hobbies, right? Like everybody has their hobby. This is our hobby. People don't understand your hobby until they try the hobby. Like
right.
I never understood golf. Like I was like, oh, that seems weird. Then you play golf and like, oh, okay. It's not really about the golf. It's about like everything else around the golf that makes it really, really fun. Like, all right, cool. So like you learn like different things about different hobbies. And you just have to experience it. So now I just go, I don't judge people for their hobby. I just go look at their hobby like, okay, let's see what's going on.
Let's see. Maybe I have been missing something. So I'm just going through here, like Venom. That was a fun collectible. Now that
collectible is still insane to me.
I know it's still. I can't believe it's at 200, and the biggest bro bought mine for 80, and he's like, "Good to see you, Kobe."
I love that I have that right there. It just says, "What's the blockchain under like previous owner?" And it's like, yeah, this is
It's me. It's me, scammer. I've got the cameo dates for Venom and Carnage on the comic, so there would be something where I have the mints of their cameo appearance, giving it extra value. All right, so you mean will Marvel release another AF-15 on VeVe? These are Marvel releases, not VeVe releases. No is the answer. Well, there you go. Legion of Comics. I think the community would welcome you with open arms, with knowledge. You have physical comics. It would be a great addition. Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely.
I was just going to say, Kobe would be a good person to speak on this because he's a hybrid collector. He collects physical and digital.
Yeah, so Kobe, and he was really big into HRO because Legion said he had done that too. And he does Pokemon and he does the digital. So yes, Kobe's a big collector. He does box openings for people on streams. So he gets that whole physical and digital also. So he is a good person. VeVe X Marvel comic collab has created a ton of fans. It's a fun extra medium to collect if you want to, and very accessible. Sorry for the typo. I'm trying to listen to multi. Hey, no problem. I'm just glad you're here. The last time we had Sticky Duck Ass or whatever his name is on here. Goose. Oh, Sticky Goose. There you go. I forgot. It's he just likes to troll people, and he triggered me a little bit. But no, this is the stuff I like because I think it's important. Why would either side not want like the real comic book collectors are the grail in my mind, because I used to be that. I used to be physical comics, and so those are the people we have to convince to come over here. We're convincing the new generation and people who can kind of think outside the box to come in here. But the ultimate goal would be to get people to like both, to get people into comics, and I think that's what's beautiful about all this. This was a damn good stream, but I got to run, fellas. Hey, buddy, Duck and Cover, thanks for coming. Do appreciate you coming out here. Have a great day. Across the pond. I would like to donate a Grail comic to Legion.
Someone cracked the seed phrase. The red pulverizer has been purchased.
Be ready, everyone. The pulverizer is going to go off, and we're really going to confuse Legions here. Lots of people think comics are silly, whether they are digital or physical. Like all collectibles, they aren't for everyone. It's just fun extra medium to collect brands we like. Yes, I'm grateful I don't have to dust VeVe collectibles, or I'm grateful it doesn't take up a lot of space. I would send you a comic for free if VeVe, if you joined. Too bad we can't yet. Hey, my collectibles, how do we make this happen? We got to get Legions something, get them in here. Not that he probably doesn't have $7 put in a comic, but maybe we can get him something cool. Just had to jump back on quickly. Someone cracked the seed phrase and has the red pulverizer. Thank you, Duck and Cover. We just heard that, and I hate that person. I'm going to kick his butt. Please stop saying the community is still happy with VeVe. The recent changes destroyed the market and the collecting experience for many. It's like the devs never used the site, so they don't know. Well, look, you're entitled to your opinion, right? Like, absolutely. And I respect that. But, you know, just like you're not completely right. And if I said you're completely wrong, I might not be right. It's not the case. I mean, the community, there is a part of the community that is happy, and they're here, right? They're here. There are others that are completely upset. That's fine. They do your own thing, right? You know, if you have something a little bit more constructive, that would be nice to know what you would like to see, instead of just saying that they destroyed the market, like they purposefully did that. Markets go up and down. They have no control over that. Green one got raffled last night too, so that's out there, fellas. Thanks, Duck and Cover. Double
Bobby,
quote.
I think it's just an adjustment, man. I think we have a new app. They're showing us they're trying to do like a whole new thing. They're trying to rebrand themselves as accountable as we're gonna get this done. So we just gotta give them, and I know it sucks, more time. That's
Right.
That's it, dude. Like
Right.
they're saying they're gonna do what they need to do. Has been problems on these crafts and drops and stuff like that. You know, like a lot of people are scared to do the crafting right now, in a sense, because like, all right, will I get in or will I not? And these are things they're gonna have to address and get done. So yeah, I think, but I don't think they're like B said, doing it on purpose to destroy the market and stuff like that. Like,
No, they're not. Like, why would they want that? That doesn't do them any good, right? That doesn't.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, I get it, the frustrations from the past, but from what I've seen from the new people in place, that, you know, give them time and they'll tell us what's up, you know. So,
and they're working on everything. And like
Yeah.
earlier, I know you weren't here earlier, the biggest bro, but I started off the stream with the stuff that's driving me nuts on the app that I think is critical to get done yesterday. And I'm hoping they're going to take a look at it. By the way, O'Milly, good to see you, man. Hope you are doing okay. Glad to have you here. Happy Tuesday, everyone. When's your stream? If you want, put that link in here for everyone to see, because he does not take days off.
I think it's State of the Union today, Monday. No, Monday is This Week in V. No, that was yesterday. This Week in V was yesterday, so State of the Union. I'm trying to remember all of O'Milly's shows because he has
it's
so
just 15
many
a day.
because
Right?
he does so much for the community. Make sure you buy this man a coffee. Do
Yes.
something. Just send him a DM saying, you know what, O'Milly, I appreciate you, man. You know, and give me a little space for like 30, 45 minutes of just chilling out and forgetting my little life. Let's go.
and one of the other things, I think Legion's left, but if he's still listening, one of the cool things, like if you had the VeVe logo, right, like the gold, silver, which is very expensive now, that gets you into like exclusive access to meet artists and even from Marvel and stuff during Comic Cons and stuff like that. So it's a really cool community that goes beyond this. Now, of course, there's a price to pay to get that. So looks like Tucson's been flying. He flew on a jet. Congrats on that.
Go.
Let's see, Bobby G. I have over 2,500 comics and collectibles, and they do have control over the market. It used to be seamless and fun to be on the site for a few hours. I didn't say they were doing it. Oh, fair enough. And trust me, Bobby, I went over this morning on the app just a few of the things that I think are critical that need to be changed. But there's a lot of other things I'd like to see on the app. The app is nowhere near as much fun to be on, but it's what we've got. It's not changing. Like, you know,
but see, it kind of all depends on what you're looking for in the app and how you shop. Like, I get it. Like, there's certain people, like, you know, be like mint hunters and stuff like that. They're not really having that great of a time. But somebody that's a swap meet person like me and looking at Moon Knights for $1.59 every day, like,
right.
It's hilarious to me. I'm just bye. Like, you know, like I'm having a great time. It's just, it depends on, like, you know, what you want to collect and how you want to roll with it. You know what I mean?
You know what I want to collect? I want a damn VeVe logo. I gotta show. I'm gonna show. So this, I don't have one, and Mr. V isn't. There are some people here that have one, but like just the access that VeVe's given people some of the Marvel and stuff is so freaking cool.
MC would like the link. MC would like the link.
Oh, okay. Let's get MC a link. Give me a second here. Alrighty.
Legion of Comics, you're gonna have a great time on the app. Okay. Now, see, and that's the cool thing because you have no idea what the old app was like. You'll have a straight experience on what the app could be, and then if you think there's something that needs to be done, you could tell us, inbox us, and we'll shoot that through, and that'll be a really good thing for us to know. That'll be dope.
All right, I've got that sent, MC, the link if you want to come on, and glad you're still here on that. I'm in the car trying to get more understanding. Yeah, I think, and my collectibles is going to come on, and he'll give you a good idea because, like he was a comic book shop and toy owner. David Yu, the owner of the company, one of the CEO, co-founder. He owns Vagabond in New Zealand, big comic book. He actually brought Pokemon to New Zealand. Lots of interesting things with this company, the ability for them to get good, big IPs, but getting the Marvel stuff was absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. I'm going to go pull. Let's see here. We'll pull up on Thursdays. Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur. This should be the secret rare. You guys don't remember the video I did on Devil Dinosaur, do you?
No, on Devil Dinosaur.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go find it.
Oh, the comic. I remember.
I did the comic, but I did a little funny. I gotta find this. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. It's hysterical. Give me a second.
You know what's funny? I know a lot of Marvel characters because of Marvel Snap and now Marvel Rivals. It's hilarious.
I also just subscribed to Legions of Comics so I can contact him. Let's see here. Let me go find this.
Don't forget to get your off the grid skin this week.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be working on that. Shh, you can't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. It's our secret.
Why?
I get
create scarcity.
Yeah, we got to create scarcity. Let me see. Oh my God, this was so long ago. Oh, here it is. All right, so let me pull this up. Okay, hold on a second. This is one of my favorite things here. All right, I'm gonna play this. MC, if you come on. This I made when we did Devil Dinosaur. You guys ready? Oh my God, this is horrible. This is one of my first videos. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Hey everyone, VeVe has a big treat for us. They are going to be releasing Devil Dinosaur #1 on February 9th, 2023. In this super important comic, Moon Boy reveals the origins of Devil Dinosaur. When Devil Dinosaur #1 came out, it changed the way Marvel did comics. According to Adam, the Mad Conqueror on VeVe Vault's Discord, he said that Devil Dinosaur is greater than a movie.
I remember this now.
Spider-Man was first introduced. If you go to eBay right now, you will see a copy of Devil Dinosaur selling for $786,450 with Stan Lee's signature. If you think Stan Lee's signature is making this valuable, you would be wrong. It's Devil Dinosaur that's bringing up the value of his signature. Now let's go over the comic drop details. There's going to be 10,000 editions with 5 variant covers at $6.99. So the question is this worth getting? As far as on the drop, no way. But if I can pick one of these up between $1.50 and $2 on the aftermarket, I'll get one just to have in my collection. Hopefully you all caught on that I was kidding about this comic. But I want to be clear that every comic out there is a piece of art. But that doesn't mean that it's a grail. And this is not a grail, which is why I'm not going for it on the drop. Make sure to check the description for those minty.
Is that
all
awesome?
right? Wait now. You said you would buy the comic if it's $1.50. So you need, if you do not own this comic, you need to go buy this comic right now.
Oh my
under
Lord.
$1.50, dude. You have to own this.
I love that thing. Did I not send? I did send it, right? Yeah, I sent him the link. Maybe he got a call. Let's see. I did give him the link. Hold on. I'll do it again just in case. Did it not work? Did he say he didn't get it? I don't know. I sent it again. I'm skipping forward. Did we miss him? I don't know. GG, I'm finding it hard to understand why meaningful updates for the new app are so slow to roll out when the new app was created to make updaters easy. Patiently standing by. Look, this is why I got my little rant off yesterday because there are just certain things like a notification. I should be able to click it and see who's notifying me. Period. That's just
GG.
makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of
GG,
sense.
I think what's happening, man, is just that they're like they're playing in between, right? Do I release something just to have something out there? But I know they're gonna bash me if I release something terrible and mess stuff up. So they're trying to find that like little sweet spot to give us stuff. You know what I mean? So like I think we're just dang Shelby's like you're so happy.
I'm still, yeah, babe. We got legions of comic here. By the way,
Yeah.
O'Malley, I was going to contact him too and try to figure out something with VeVe because I think it's important to have people in the real comic world here. And look who we've got. We got My Collectibles also. Let's bring them on.
Let's go.
All right. What is going on, man? How are you doing?
The fellas.
What's
Good
up,
morning.
bro?
We're back.
We are back. This is a great conversation. You being having legions of comics come on here, just say, I don't really understand this. I've heard of it. And you're like a really good person to talk about this. So,
You guys have done an amazing job. And it's so cool. Like getting new people to come on or people are just curious about it. It's all good. Like it's just collecting, right? It's just collecting in another way. And, look at my wall, right? Look at our wall. The biggest,
right.
You showed your VeVe exclusive. I mean, David U's all about the physical. He's got the biggest physical collection of all time. I mean, when I was down at New York City Comic Con and David was at the booth, obviously, doing this whole thing and working like for VeVe and all that. But he was also off like securing massive physical grails. Like, we went to dinner on the Sunday night. It was cool. Just the staff after we shut the booth down and everything, which was really nice. It was like the end. And I was talking to David about what he was going after with the like the original art on like some of these like comics, like because that David collects like the first ever original art on like some of these grails, like so Hulk 181 he was like going after like the first like actual like artist physical like we're talking $500,000
Wow.
type items.
Mm-hmm.
So the founders are absolute like IRL collecting like juggernauts, right? And so they created the platform of the digital space because they saw an opportunity to grow in that area. And so it's not replacing physical, it's just another way to do it. And, it's just more accessible. All our music went digital, all our movies went digital, our money's going digital. You can still go, like I said in the comments, you can still go buy vinyl records or CDs or whatever. You can collect that stuff from the past as well. Look at Comics and Crypto collecting VHS tapes.
I know.
It's amazing. So like, it's all just collecting, and the digital side of it is just easier, more accessible. I've been on eBay since like 2009 or 10 or something. And if you guys want to talk about VeVe cash out fees, just sell something on eBay, okay? Then talk to me, right? Because then go to the post office and ship it. Then talk to me about fees, right? So that's the And then I owned a physical shop, for like 6 years, like an actual physical toy store, comic book shop. So I know what that's all about. So it's not a replacement. We love our physicals, right? We love our classic old school, like vintage, like, Silver Age grails. You can't ever replace those, but it's the new stuff, you can come on, you can get a story, you can go around the world. You can just download the app. Anybody can go and read it, these new ones. And it's cool that David made that deal with Marvel where, we get those exclusive artists, to do those covers on VeVe that don't exist in print. And it's the artist themselves. It's not like some, and I always like the terminology of it too. Like I said this way before I joined VeVe as well. Like these are not VeVe comics, right? These are Marvel comics on VeVe, right? Like VeVe is like the platform, but these are Marvel comics on VeVe. Like they're not VeVe comics.
Right.
It's Marvel. And same thing with like Dynamite now, like we got Dynamite as well. And so, if manga was one thing that was brought up, huge manga plans for VeVe Comics. So it's all coming. It's all good. I just want to say hi to you guys because it's the new year and I missed you guys.
I was vacay, man.
It was good. I was still working the whole time, which was fun because you can't ever leave the fam. Like I was with my fam on vacation, but I'm not going to leave my fam, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, my wife would kill me. Like she'd be like, she might let me go for like a minute or something. But yeah, that was cool to get to see with the big, VeVe Magic and Max and Janie, that whole end of the year stream that was really cool.
That was amazing. That was amazing. And the 5 winners, and just so you know, if people have won last week, all the giveaways and stuff, they go out on like Monday, Tuesday. So later today, people will have their giveaways from like that stream and stuff go out.
Oh, cool.
You know, and stuff like that. So it usually happens on Mondays and Tuesdays. We had a little bit of a blip last week because, you know, we had like holidays and some of the staff.
No excuses.
That stuff out. But, you know, they're allowed to take a day with their fam, you know, and, you know, even though, and, you know, Ben's on a bit of a vacation right now with his family, which is great, well deserved. I mean, he worked all the way through the entire Christmas, including Christmas Day. I mean, so he's taken a little bit of a little thing right now. So
he deserves, and he's been working really hard. And what I'd say is, we're all beta users on every app we use, on every app we've ever had, right? Like, you're going to have problems show up even after they've been beta tested. But yeah, look, they're going to be looking at fixing stuff that needs to be fixed, you know, but it's not going to necessarily be on the timeline.
Yeah, our platforms are our app is, you know, being constantly worked on, and updates.
Exactly.
Actually, there's scheduled updates coming up with the app being updated in the store. So, you know, we're fixing stuff and improving things. The app's never going to be done. I mean, we talked about this last time.
Right.
Never going to be a finished app. Like, here you go, done, everybody. It's always going to be improving, and we're always going to be taking feedback, making it better. So, you know, we're not there yet, but it's you know, in another year from now, we'll still be in the same spot. We'll still be improving.
Exactly.
I mean, we'll fix a lot of stuff that people want, but we'll find other things we want to do and add that. And then when the VeVeverse launches, there's going to be a whole thing around that. We'll fix little things with that. Maybe it won't work so great at the start. Maybe we won't have all the features, but it's just going to keep going and going and going. And we're just going to keep building and building.
Yeah, and there'll be new stuff people want. By the way, I did sub to Legion. If you click on his thing, give him a sub. Check him out, because, you know, he obviously is going to have good information on comics too that we may be having. So check that out. His question here: what happens to Marvel Comics if they have a fallout with VeVe? I don't know if that's going to happen, but we kind of talked about it, how it's not like they just go away. Do you even know anything what would happen in a situation with that?
Well, in that situation, they probably just wouldn't drop more. That's all.
But with the rights to what we already have, it's not like
no,
they're
it's already done.
They're here, you know.
Yeah.
They're here. They're just
just like
the comics on my wall. Like Marvel it's not going to come take.
They can't say like, oh no, we're not going
to. I bought my Funko, Marvel Funko from my local shop, right?
Right. They want it back.
Local shop doesn't buy Funkos from Marvel anymore. Say they decided not to sell Marvel Funkos anymore. I still have my Funko.
Yeah,
right.
Still
and
Marvel.
I have my Marvel comic in the app, right? So it's all good.
Good answer. Good answer. And don't give up, Bobby G. Don't give up. Yeah, I know we miss MC streams. You're stuck with me, but
there's so many creators out there, guys. I've seen the and I'm so like I appreciate everybody saying stuff, but it's so amazing. But like believe me, it's better that I'm here, that I'm making videos.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. If I heard your intro music, I get automatically like,
no, it's better that I'm here than there's so many I mean, like all you guys, right? You guys are doing such an amazing job, and there's so many people making awesome content, and not just VeVe content, right? Just diverse content. And you know, I do miss streams, but just tune into Corey and I on Tuesdays. We're not doing it this week because of the new year, and we're getting things back organized, but we should be back next week, and we're going to do even more, and we're going to have some fun. So I know it's not the same breakdown of stuff I used to do, but I mean, look at all the people who are doing amazing stuff. It's cool to watch. You know, the Superstar guys, just, you know, they got another VeVe video out, and they had Ben on. That was super cool. I mean, Hinano and D had David Yu on. I mean, BiggageBro, you were sitting right there with
I know.
You.
I told him he's taking over this show. He's now the leader.
BiggageBro, would you have ever thought? I mean, like I messaged. It was funny because, like, you know, I DM with all my friends like normal, right? Still, right? And so if like Emilie's one of them, right? And I DM'd him like after that, I went, whoa, okay. Like, you know, I'm at VeVe, right? But I'm like, whoa, David Yu was on your X space like yesterday. He just popped in. Then he's on Hinano and D with, like, you know, bro, you're there, and everybody else was there. Then Ben's like the next day, you know, he's on like was he on Superstars the next day, or no, he was on Mainzy's space.
Yeah,
the next day. Then he's on like Superstar Money like a few days later. Like, did you guys ever think that kind of thing would happen so quickly like that? I mean,
no,
like,
it's good. He feels
different. It's different, right? So
that everyone feels comfortable.
no,
Okay, so we can say
no.
it's really cool that that everyone's getting out there. Now he's asking, but that's not quite the same, is it? Because in this case, your comic exists on someone else's exclusive platform. Would there be a possibility of them having to be moved off platform? So I think he's thinking of that would be more of if VeVe was to go out of business, would it be an issue?
Sure.
If VeVe's still in business and Marvel says we don't want a partnership anymore, they're not going to be able to like just say, well, you got to take them down. They have all that.
No, they're here. Yeah,
It's already done.
No, I mean, like, if he's asking about like what if VeVe like closes down or something, well, they would, the owners of the company and stuff would cross that road when they come to it, and I'm sure we'd find a way to have everybody keep their stuff and move it somewhere else. I mean, it's been HRO. That's not something that is on the roadmap, obviously.
Right. That's not right. Right.
In other projects I've been in, where they kind of shut their doors, they've given you your item, so you have it. It doesn't really do anything, but you have it. So, but I mean, like, I think it's a little bit different. Like, if you have a comic, because like it's still a comic. This is what I paid for it. So
well, but I understand his question. That could be the fear.
Sure.
Everyone sees this. Oh, this got stolen, or this HRO, because he said he did HRO. They went out of business. But they're moving their stuff onto another platform. So it's certainly a fair question.
Guys, you can do a ton with digital, and I mean, the company, like the founders, care too much about the community. So I can't tell you exactly what would happen because like I don't know, right?
Yeah.
But
well, plus
obviously, like if that kind of thing ever happened, I mean,
it would be.
I'll have lots of stuff. I mean, I got a nice collection on VeVe. I want to keep it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would be. It would be. I do too. So
I mean, it's all hypothetical, right? Like but
I
mean, like it's good question for sure. I mean, there's no answer for that right now, obviously. But
it's
that's one of the questions. Yeah,
it is one of the questions. What is up, Hanana? We're just talking
about people can consider that if they want to get in or not.
Exactly.
It's like we've always said. Like people can consider that if they want to get in. Like if you're playing Fortnite and you're spend $50,000 on your V-Bucks and skins and you're having a great time the whole time you're doing it and you're playing and all that, what happens when Fortnite dies?
Right.
You're not going to get your skins back, but that's a whole different thing because it's a video game and you can't sell your stuff, and there's a different reason why you're doing that, of course. But I mean, people spend like, I mean, my kids got Fortnite V-Bucks for Christmas and they're like late teenagers, and like that. Think about that, like the gifts that we gave, back in the day, 10 years ago, were like pops and figures, and there's still some. That's all fun, right?
Now it's all
here with like my son got like GTA, Megalodon or whatever.
Right.
Okay, because he wanted to buy a nightclub and start like it's all digital. He's not getting that money back, right?
Yeah.
Although if you look at there's a post that went out today. I think Wes shared it from some guys who are really great into crypto and stuff, talking about GTA 6 and the potential like of what could happen there with that whole what they're creating potentially,
and how
like the whole digital evolution of the whole digital evolution of like what digital can do that like physical can't do, right? It's this reason why we're here, right? We're looking for what digital can do that physical can't. Take it to a further level, right? So
can you please God team up with GTA 6 so we can do that. But like this idea and leads into comics that completely the unknown hypotheticals are what still keep people away. What I need to do is start a company where it's like this stuff, like as like an insurance company. If that does happen to a company, there's a place that's verified your stuff will go to if a company goes out of business. That's really what they need, is some, place that stuff can sit that is guaranteed to go somewhere if something was to happen, to kind of, so you don't have to worry about these things. But that's something else. But yeah, you're $200 in Robux, or that's my son, Amazon cards, Minecraft, all. It's just craziness. Me personally,
it's interesting. So one of the things that is keeping people out of here right now is just lack of knowing that it exists, really. I mean, not a lot of people.
Yeah, I think that's what it
is even around, and that's something that management is changing this year for sure, big time with pushes that we're doing. And so, I mean, the key hiring of certain staff members in certain positions, for marketing purposes and growth, especially user growth, is super key. Ben's been talking about it for like the last couple of months, but specifically even more lately. And you can see the positions that were put up on VeVe's like job board and stuff like that, and the hires that they've made and the hires that are coming. So they're they're building the team around growth and marketing and all of that. Affiliates part of that. So we'll see how that one comes out. VeVeverse is scheduled to go Q1, so that's coming up.
Yeah,
so
that's we've
cool.
been told that.
And that's going to be something that's going to be a major centerpiece, right? So in terms of growth, so we're getting there. We're opening up the doors. I've been here like just as long as you guys. I know.
I know, right? You've been.
I know. We know. I mean, like I know what they have to do, and I'm part of the team now, and I'm not part of like the growth marketing. I'm part of obviously like community management and communication and everything, but. All of these things are being brought in, and then they're all working on it. And the cool thing about what Ben and the team are doing is they're building that team. So, and I'm seeing them come in, and I'm meeting some of these people, and they're like super gung ho, and they're bringing new takes on what VeVe should do from outside of the community. Like, cause we've been here so long, we but people coming from the outside saying, hey, this is what you should probably do to actually reach out outside your community.
Yeah.
Our whole affiliates thing that they're working on is like a whole part of that. So, there's a lot of really great stuff that this company is building, and I'm pretty stoked about it.
I'm excited. It's the awareness issue, and I know like Legion of the Comics, like this is actually something a lot of NFT people say. Well, we want like I said, VeVe's kind of this sandbox. It's a centralized system, so you can't take your collectible off and sell it on OpenSea or whatever. Which for me, that's a good thing. The masses, you don't have to worry about your stuff getting stolen. But I do understand people wanting to have their stuff and be able to move it and sell it when they want. So it's understandable. But I do think there's a place for a big collector like you with this stuff. Even you said you've read some digital stuff before. We're gonna get you somehow. We'll get you in. I can't transfer him gems, but we'll figure out something, because I appreciate all the time you spent here, and I know VeVe can benefit from talking to outsiders like you. And O'Malley's saying also we'd have to explain the blockchain tech to Legion in case he thinks it's like Netflix where the product can just disappear. Yeah, I mean, it's got the blockchain. You still have the server issue. So it all, the picture itself comes down to the server, but the information, the provenance, all that is on there. The whole point of NFT is that I can move it to another game environment. Well, maybe
like
not.
I can speak on like somebody coming in having no idea about blockchain technology and just basically if you go into OpenSea where like quote unquote the real NFTs where you have the interoperability and all that stuff, things can happen. I have seen the whole like where you need to have your seed phrase, and if you get that wrong, if you give your seed phrase to somebody, you're going to get drained, or if you click on this link, you're going to go like that. And for me, places like VeVe or Cant or these other NFT platforms where it's quote unquote a walled garden, it kind of takes away that anxiety of like what's going to happen if I try to buy this thing, or like if I'm trying to buy this crypto, then to buy this NFT, then I got to worry about the gas fee and all that stuff, And VeVe simplifies it in a niche way that is going to help bridge the non-people who don't know any of this stuff, right? And I think that having someone like and that becomes doing your research and knowing the company that you're really going to put your money into, right? And I think MC's right where these guys are collectors. Like that's one of the cool things about like David Yu. To me, he's a real dude. Like when I was there at DCon 2022, like it's one of the things that nobody really saw, but like I was just walking around and he's really willing and dealing to get his own stuff. Like that dude is like a real collector, and he's like talking to like this dude as a fan. And I'm just sitting there watching it and just like, wow, like this dude's real. Like he's a real dude. Like be it as a man, he's running the company and all this stuff, but he really wants to collect, and that's like, and to me, like I feel like he's gonna look out. So
he's the biggest of all guys.
Yeah,
he's bigger than anybody here almost.
Like that thing you were talking about with the 180 and he having the first he showed me that thing and it was
oh dude, like I hadn't really had a chance to talk to David on a personal collecting level since I've been at the company because it's all like work and meetings and things like that. And most of the time, actually, David's in a different area than I am, right? So, but the bigger meetings that he comes into when he needs to, right? Him and Dan, right? And they're doing like bigger stuff, and I'm doing like drops and things like that. And so, but I was with him in New York, I was like, and this is for me, because, guys like, so I never interviewed him on my channel or anything like that, right? Either, right? So I was like having like geeky conversations with him on the last day, right? After all the work was done, and I was like, so what were you looking for? What were you going to collect? Because he would go off, and I knew he was going to go get something or try to buy stuff or whatever. But, and I know that he's a massive collector, right? Because you just see like, I've seen the inside of his like collecting area when we've had a few. Actually, if you watch the Ben Rose introduction video where him, Ben, and David were together, like back in like late September or early October, when Ben Rose was first introduced, that's actually inside like David's like collecting zone and near, I think, behind a store or something like that in New Zealand. So it's just crazy in there. I got a little like handheld tour, like look at this, like after the video was done, because Corey and me were in the background on that, like producing and recording all that while they were doing the thing. And so then after, it was like my marketing manager at the time, she was like, hey, check this out. And she like took us a walk through. I was like, oh my God, right? And then if you ask Ben, right, because he's been asked, have you seen David's collection? He's like, oh yeah, he's been in there. So yeah, David was out and he was, searching down the grails that he wanted in the physical space for himself. And he was, I asked him about it, and he was telling me the story about the original art from like, Hulk 180 or Hulk 181, like the secret rare, like isolated, Wolverine jumping thing or whatever that is. It's, that one panel in the book and like the original art of that or the original art of the cover, one of the two. And like it was coming, he's got one part of it and he was, going for the other print of it. There's like a black ink, there's like a blue ink. And I mean, this is like crazy stuff. Like this stuff is like
real money.
Yeah. It's a different level. Yeah.
Yeah. But this is like way before he owned VeVe. I mean, he owned like those collectible shops. Like, he brought Pokemon to New Zealand. Like, I mean, like, he's like an IRL store owner, right? Like that's what he is. And then he created with Dan the digital platform, and because they saw like, like there's a big gap in digital collecting. There's a future in this, hopefully. And so they built it from nothing. And now like Ben's here to help take it with more staff to different places. But yeah, Legion of Comics, great to see you.
We'll be in touch. I think I'll have to find you or maybe tag you in a video so we can do some DMs if you don't mind. But thank you for coming by and spending some time here.
Can DM me on Twitter if you want, and we'll see about getting you a code to get you a digital comic.
Oh, look at that.
Let's get you on the app and you can get your first comic for free. We were handing out those card codes at New York City Comic Con to any new users who download the app.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
A collectible and a comic. You get a little redemption code on a phisical card. I still have some that I brought back for this exact reason. So if he wants to DM me on X, I can shoot him a code over and he can like show me he downloaded the app, and I'll just, get him started. And it'll be one of the ones that happens sometime around New York Comic Con because those codes are assigned to those. So, but yeah,
I will get in touch with him if he doesn't get in touch with you, and try to get him so we can get him on the app. Because I mean, this is what we need. We need, you were in the business. We need to understand the resistance. What we can do, what may or may not be something that they would be interested in, but we can't know that if we don't talk to them. So I think that was just a great conversation.
Well, like a guy like Swagahos is a good example because, he's got his YouTube channel, all physical comics and everything. And he launched his comic on our platform, his physical with digital. And so at Comic-Con in New York City, like it was pretty crazy because, he was doing like, the GoFundMes and all the stuff to kind of, with his community and like, and he wrote the comic and he like did the whole thing and the art. It's a real physical comic. And so then, he partnered up with VeVe to do the digital version. And I remember it was wild because he was there and we had him come to the booth. He came to the booth. He brought his physicals to sign. And if you got the digital, like if everyone asked about utility, right? He got the digital, you got the physical as well. Like, so there's utility right there.
Oh, cool. Yeah, absolutely.
So if you download it, if you got the digital one from VeVe and you're at New York Comic Con, you got the physical to match. So that's great, right? And I have actually some back here still. Yeah, it's still sitting here, right? There it is, right there. And then there's a whole package of other stuff that came inside of it, like this little poster thing, cards of the characters that he designed and created. It's really cool. And you know, there's this little signature for me. I got my copy.
That's
right?
so cool. That's so cool. Right.
That's a form of utility, right? That only exists in VeVe, right? So anyway, the cool thing I wanted to mention is that if you watch his channel and then you watch his live stream like the next day, I think it was on Sunday, because Saturday, I believe, is when he was at our booth, and he sold like 1,100 to 1,200 comics in the span of 10 minutes. And so you couldn't do that in a physical like booth. Like he could not do that if he had a booth there selling his physicals, you know, which a lot of people do at near Comic-Con or any other. Could he have sold 1,100 or 1,200 comics like variant like in 10 minutes, like at his booth?
Right.
It's not a
physically
process. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He may have done that over time, right? Which is great. And then, you know, going to local comic shops and getting his comic distributed and all that stuff. But the power of that to get his story out to people who are not like even there, people who are all around the world, like all across the United States, suddenly they have his comic.
It's so cool.
So like the power of that for someone who is a new comic book person who's trying to publish their own book. And Dan talked about the curator tool that they're working on for VeVe Comics for new comic publishers. Like to people to actually understand the power of digital and what you can do with it. If you're actually a comic creator and artist, it's like limitless, right? You can get your art story, whatever, around the world way quicker than physical. Then you have the physical component on top that you can then send, you know, sell diff separately. It's all part of the wave of
the evolution of comics and getting your stuff and self-publishing and all that. And it doesn't take away from physical. It just
it actually goes together.
It adds.
Especially at a Comic-Con. Yeah, especially at a Comic-Con, because you know, like people who came to the VeVe booth got his physical. And his physical is it's amazing, right? It's beautiful, and you could like take it with you, get it graded immediately. You know.
Yeah, which is really cool. By the way, I just want to thank Free for donating 5 coffees. I missed it. He did a little while ago, so thank you for supporting the channel.
Are they Timmy's coffees?
What was that?
Are they Tim Hortons coffees?
I wish, right? I wish. We don't.
Hey
have
guys,
that.
you can always kick me off anytime. I just came to hang out.
No. You're good.
You're chilling.
I go until the wife says I've got a few minutes left. Anyway.
Oh, she's coming. She's coming.
I know. We already saw her. You know what stinks? I wanted to watch this evolve live on the show, and we were talking to Legions, and the blockchain blocks went fast all of a sudden, and we missed it. But I got my immortal pizza pet from Chris Coffee and the Pizza Pets, and so excited. I finally made it there. So we've got so this since you're here, my collectibles, I don't know how much you know about this. The Korean artist. Do you know much about this? I know people have been talking about it and it looks cool, but I don't know much about it. Do you know much about this drop on Saturday or?
Oh, I personally don't know a ton about the artists themselves, but I do know it's very popular. And it's another community of collecting that we're opening up.
Yeah, I love going into the Asian market.
Yeah, it's another region, and this one's got a lot of different options for you. You know, and there's a special component to it that people don't know about.
Yeah, the more, because I say there is the craft too. So
yeah,
wow, very cool. So we got that coming up.
And there's more to it, guys. It's so awesome.
Wow.
And I know the utility questions coming out there right now, and so just this will be a good example for to prove the point otherwise to people.
Did you see this earlier? The comic that I made, MC, right here.
Oh no.
All right, this is
really no.
All right, so Return of the Wolverine. You've got 30 days. Hold on a second. Now let's go to the inside and see what the comic looks like.
Okay.
It's kind of shrunk here. Here it is, everyone. I want to return this Wolverine. I thought it was Deadpool. Return of the Wolverine. Come on, man. This is the
return it. You know the comic that's come out today, right? And by the way, the team is working on the market listing issue. Really sorry about that.
We saw
list
that
it right now. So the team is like fully working on that. And so that anyone who bought the comic who wants to list it, just stay tuned. It'll be updated very shortly, right? But But this comic, if you go to the original cover right there, so with my my own NFT project, my drop heads that I was running on my channel before, this comic I actually was one of my giveaways like about a year ago.
Oh, you're kidding me?
Yeah, just by chance, like a fluke. I like this exact comic right here. Somebody won that one. I was like, oh, then it came then I saw it
I never win these things.
I saw it show up in the queue, and I was like, hey, I gave that one away like a year and a half ago on my channel, like the physical, right? Like the physical comic.
Yeah, the physical.
It's so a cool comic, it's a really good story, and the art, the Scotty Young exclusive is cool, and then the other.
That was cool that you got that.
Yeah, that's just a little side note. It was just fun. So and I still got my drop heads, and my little rewards are relaunching this week. That's not a VeVe thing at all. That's just me.
That's just a you thing, guys. Is very.
Don't read that comic. Don't read that comic. Don't read that comic.
I had Justin from VeVe Korea come up and chat a little bit about it. Must have. All right, interesting. I'm gonna have to go check that out then.
Trash.
It's quite big. I mean, you asked if I personally know them and everything. I don't, but I just know that it's pretty big.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I can see that being a big thing. So, I'll probably go for it. It's not expensive. It's $14.99 to go for one. So I'll probably at least go for one and see what's up. Maybe I'll do the drop. I got to ask the wife. She might kill me if I do. But
and Bobby down there had a thing for me. Like, yeah, man, I use the app every day, all day. So believe me.
Yeah,
when you're talking about using the app and understanding if it's working or not, and we actually it's different on different devices. There's issues on different devices that the team's fully aware on, and of course we apologize for that. It doesn't work super well in certain areas on certain devices or other devices. So unlike, for example, on my iPhone 13, I have all the functionality pretty much. It's just all the kind of features that I want in different places. But on other people's devices, like the AR doesn't work properly or the Vault. So yeah, team's fully aware of everything and trying to, fix those.
Okay, cool.
And there's a schedule of updates. And so we'll be just posting very soon. I think there's another update coming up pretty quick here. And an app update. We'll just,
throw it out there. I normally check every day.
We'll get there. I apologize for the inconvenience and for people being, for waiting, specifically if there's issues with listing and buying and selling and stuff like that.
Well, I'd done this.
Want it to be fully functional, obviously.
Well, no, absolutely. Earlier, you probably didn't see it. I kind of pulled up my screen so you could, if VeVe wanted to go back and look, some of the just things that are just seem critical and can be done. Just the biggest thing is the notification. If you click on a notification and it just sends you to the top of the feed, if that gets fixed, then at least we can communicate with people. There's some critical stuff that I think should be focused on. And then of course there's all the stuff that we all want, maybe as flippers or as, if we're in the market and stuff like that. But I know you guys are going to get to it. I just wanted to give some of it a visual look because
it's great.
Some of it, if you just see it written, it doesn't make any sense, or it may not make any sense. So
every day I'm in the support chat, and we have great people like Skeet and others who are in the community gathering all that feedback in as well. And it gets sent in and I see the exact comments from people from the VeVe app in the bottom corner. The feedback that people give, the support feedback goes right in there. And so then it goes right to the team. And then what they do is they take all the ones and then they post it into the support area where the developers can see it. And then they all have checks and balances and then they have to look at it. And so I'm reading them as they come in every day. Cool. So guys, it really does work. If down in the bottom right corner of the app, that's where you want to go. Tweeting about it, fine, because we'll see it too, and tagging us. But go to the VeVe.me, down bottom right corner, put it in there. Seriously, it goes straight in.
Yeah, that's probably the best. He's talking about wherever you are, there's the feedback.
Tweeting at Ben Rose is not going to get you anywhere right now. He's with family.
He's
even
enjoying...
though you can, and we'll see it, but VeVe app, feedback tab, that's where you want.
Yep. Thanks, Incorrigible Goat Slayer. Good day. Good to see you. My daughter still plays more with the box than with the actual gift.
That's beautiful.
That happens. It's
love that.
Definitely a true thing. All right. So I don't know if I really have that much more. Is there any alpha you can give us, MC, before we head out of here? Or Oh, I gotta
Stay
try.
tuned. We got some amazing in terms of drops and stuff, but in terms of utility aspects and stuff, I know people were sort of quoting Ben on the superstars, but not quite right. Not quite. You got to watch a lot of his interviews, but we also have to communicate this stuff. And actually, you'll see that more because we have a great list of all. So when I ask community questions and I tweet about it and things like that, people think that that's the end of it. No,
Right.
Those are questions I gather and stuff. And then actually internally, we've answered all of those questions, or most of those internally. And so now when those get posted, you'll see, like you did see with that VeVe response to the utility question that Sergio and a couple others did, you'll see those clear and concise answers to a lot of questions out there. So if you have questions and you tag VeVe on it, there'll be a lot more clear and concise answers to stuff of where we sit at this current moment in time right now. So when you ask about utility right now, we can talk about all the stuff we've done, including fidgetals, passes, like with the VeVe tickets or passes to events, fidgetals, crafting. We've actually started to do that now. Obviously with MCP, you get the points, but then you have to have certain levels to go for a drop and certain crafting parts. All that stuff is being all activated nicely. Gamification is not happening yet.
That's totally okay. Yeah, I mean,
there's no video game happening yet with the Mighties, like not at this moment.
I think,
right?
I
So
think
we've been clear.
You
on
guys
that.
have been clear about that. That's okay. But there's just, we're seeing changes, and that's always good. What about you, the biggest bro? Anything you want to end on here?
No, man. Just remember, guys, we're collecting digitally, so
Right.
life's not bad right now. We're good.
Have fun.
We're all
It is
good. Have fun. Yes. It's
2025. It's
Like,
2025. That's we're collecting. It's awesome.
If you're happy with your buying, then who cares what it's called, bro? Like,
Right.
come on.
I completely agree. Completely agree. Big A, any last thing from you? It's gonna be
No, it was cool seeing someone like from the hardcore comic community that doesn't like really deal a lot with digital. I see that all the time in crypto where like people are like, oh, I just heard crypto's a scam, so I haven't even touched it. And I kind of explained like what it is at the roots, and they're like, oh, well, actually, that's completely different than what I thought it was.
Right.
We did a lot like off the grid with the game has actual NFTs and a cryptocurrency in it, and most people don't know.
They don't even know. Right. They're getting
playing with the game, and they're like,
right.
Like, why wouldn't you like that? You can buy the stuff and you own it,
and you can move it and sell it and trade. Yeah,
it's not like Fortnite where it's a one-way street. So,
it's funny because like there are two trains of thought, right? There's the knowledge base, know everything about NFTs, know everything about the blockchain, know everything about wallets, know everything about crypto, total like understanding of how everything works, and that's the way to go. Then there's we don't care about anything and want to know anything. We just want to buy, collect, sell, and do everything.
Right, exactly.
And that's kind of the general masses, right? Let's be honest. I mean, it's great for everyone to understand like what an NFT is and the blockchain technology and why everything works and how it works and the importance of it. And that's great. And I know all of us do, and we get it. And that's why we're in all these other projects as well. And that's why people are pushing VeVe in that direction, our current community. The general masses and stuff, there's going to be a lot of people who just want to read the comic, just want to sell it, just want to play an AR, don't really want to know how it works in the back end. And that's okay too. So, it's up to companies like ours to like get people in and help educate them to the levels they want to get educated to, and just make it like accessible for everybody. Right. So, and that's from top down. So that's,
I agree with that take too. Like everything doesn't have to be the same. Like I have stuff that's like in centralized platforms, stuff that's completely wide open NFT, you control it. I think VeVe being kind of like the walled garden makes it easier for people just coming in. You can buy with a credit card. It's pretty easy. You can have the little marketplace there to buy and sell. You don't have to like learn how to download MetaMask, get Coinbase to send crypto over, then charge gas fees, worried you're gonna like lose your stuff. So I think that's a good thing.
It has value.
Well, I mean, and even with like every NFT on VeVe or digital collectible, however we want to call it, they're not all going to have the same like utility features too, right? Like some will have fidgetals attached, some will have events attached. Some will have crafting attached. Some will have other things, right? So it's not like, everything has to they're all going to be different depending on the IP. I mean, look what the Fiches are doing, with Rock. I mean, that stuff is those are on VeVe, right? Like people realize that those are VeVe digital collectibles.
It's so
right?
cool.
The Fiches are like, on VeVe. Like, it's not like they're separate and he's doing separate things. Like that's acceptable on VeVe. And, but Marvel's not doing the same kind of stuff that he's doing, for example, at this moment. But that's okay because, like it's different. Like they're going to have, it's not like it's not like everybody's going to offer the same thing on all of their stuff. That's what kind of makes it fun, right? And artists are going to do some things that they want to do that are different. And VeVe has the ability to provide those depending on what the IP wants to do or is able to do or allows us to do. So, it's going to be different, right? So you can't blanket all of the stuff on VeVe under the same utility umbrella or the same. I mean, everything's going to be different depending on what they want to do and what they want to offer. Just like, and that's what kind of makes it exciting, right?
I was going to say,
know that if you see everything that Brock's doing with the Fiches and other projects as well, like other IPs, obviously VeVe can do all of that stuff. So people can stop talking about how VeVe can't do utility. Can't do we can do it all. Like it's all the functionality is all being built in. Like
absolutely,
it's just it's just different on different IPs, right? So we'll see what we can do with some of the bigger ones, and we'll see where we can go with it. And just stay tuned because we have big plans for stuff.
I've always had kind of like a vision for VeVe where like Fiches had their event on Fiches.com, but the collectibles were handled through VeVe. So, and then like Stacker, it's kind of like proof of concept where you can have that two-way street where like collectibles and Omi can move without having like that direct connection. So like you could have like a game like a GTA come in where you have like the collectibles, but they're handled in the marketplace on VeVe. And I'm not saying that would happen because it's such a big but it's possible.
It could. That's the anything's possible. Like even
where VeVe just uses the fact that they're a platform with a marketplace and have the ease of use. So I think that's
like Bobby G. That's great. So we have a bunch of that already, right? Like the comic exclusives, are a good example of that. But that's also a Marvel thing, right?
Yeah,
that's not like a VeVe choice, right? Like VeVe, like I think people have to like remember that. VeVe is the platform and Marvel are the comics. Like Marvel's releasing them on VeVe, right? And it's not like and so we're pushing them to do things, but they're not, like I said, they're not VeVe comics, right? They're Marvel comics on the platform. You have to have that distinction. So what Marvel is willing to do with their stuff on our platform.
Yeah, it's them making the decision, right? It's their IP.
It's a partnership, right? So and that's different than what we do with like say this new drop coming up, right? And so, or what we do with Fiches or what we do with anything else, or
when Marvel
Gibbons, Stanley Gibbons with the Fidgetals, or Assassin's Creed with it's all, so we're going to have fun with different IPs and we're going to do different things. Some of them might be the same. Some of them might be different. VeVe has some of our own stuff, like our gold silver logo. We do a ton of stuff with that. These little tickets got you into the event. Those are NFT ticket digital collectibles that got you into the event at the Comic-Con. So there's I know we want that with like the partner statue and stuff. Believe me, I've been here since the beginning. Well, not the beginning, but so, I'm
excited. Look, it's 2025. We got a lot of cool things that are coming up. I'm excited to see some of the new stuff and new IPs and old IPs and what's going to happen. What I'd say with everyone today before we head out, just enjoy what we're doing. We're collecting. Go out there. There's some really good deals on the market, especially if you need to up your MCP. I've been looking at options and buying stuff to help me do that. So take a look out there. Do something nice to somebody today. If it snowed where you are, maybe go out sledding with your kids. That's what I'm going to do here in a little bit. But I appreciate everyone coming here, hanging out and chat. My collectibles, the biggest bro, Big A, appreciate it. If you guys want to hang around for a few seconds when we head out, I appreciate that. But everyone have a great day, and I'll be back Thursday, and we'll go from there. See what you're saying, Tucson. And to that, I will see you guys another day. Peace.